What's going on, podcast pimps? Dana here to once again sing the praises of Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. I got on the ball early. I already got my AC tuned up for summer, and I think you should too. An AC tune-up means better efficiency, fewer breakdowns, and peace of mind before we get choke slammed with heat. And right now, it's their early bird special. $45 off an AC tune-up or $90 and you add your furnace in as well. Smart folks like me don't wait for the first 80-degree day. We plan ahead. Book by May 25th and check it off your list at standardheating.com. Providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93.
There you go, Cubby.
Here we go.
You did it again. You got it done. You pop-up power-bombed another work week. Kaboom. There, you dropped it right on its ass. And each work week that you power-bomb brings you one step closer to your last.
I don't know if I want to think about that, but I guess you're right, technically. This was one of those
Why
weeks.
don't you want to think about that? That means you're done. You're gone forever.
Well, I like coming in here.
Oh, I forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? It wasn't that long ago. We were off air, and I got Ashley to my right and Josh to my left. Dana is in a separate studio, but we can see each other, can't we, Dana?
We sure can.
How you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
The other day, I forget these things. It was just me and Ashley and Josh off air, and I said, "You guys hate this place, right?" And you both said, "No."
I know it's a common answer
Right.
around here, but no, not at all.
I forget. You guys don't really hate this place. Welcome, everyone, to the Friday program. She's a big weekend for jock sniffers. The Pigs and the Wolves begin their opening round playoff series this weekend. I'm sure plenty of folks are, they're up early buying up cases of beer for those ball games. Maybe, I don't know, hiring some strippers for the pregame or something like that.
Good time to own a sports bar, I bet, this weekend.
Going
You'll
out
be
to your
busy.
neighborhood roadhouse. Hell, the Twins should get a mention, too. They got a weekend series here in town with the $2 beers. I think that's what I heard, right? Friday and Saturday night, they do the $2. Silly Randy Shaver will be checking in with us later. We'll sure enough holler back and forth about all this nonsense starting at 7:30.
Although, speaking of sports bars, I did read that some sports bars are struggling because the Wolves are on Amazon Prime, and they're scrambling trying to figure out how to be able to show that game on their TVs with the Amazon Prime setup.
I'm glad I'm not in charge of that.
Yeah.
Struggle with the technology or just the licensing?
Licensing, because
I was going to say,
you
that's
can't,
pretty easy.
You're right. You can't just, if you're a bar owner, you can't just use your personal Amazon Prime $9 a month subscription. You got to pay a much larger fee in order to show it all over your bar.
I was reading, what's his last name? Jason DeRusha?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was tweeting about that, and he said he was like really surprised how like people were commenting and said that like most sports bars actually have Amazon Prime now. So I don't know.
wouldn't.
So maybe you'll get lucky.
I wouldn't know.
I had a wild gig once where the bartender had to use his Chromebook to basically cast it onto one of the TVs.
Chromebook.
Yeah, I know.
Well, good luck with all that, but it is a big weekend for you friggin' people who can't get enough of the sports.
Might be a big money weekend for a bartender or server or something.
This might be the one that puts you over the hump.
Yeah. Pay off whatever you got to pay off.
Yeah, you're really hoping that that there's some wins. That's for sure.
Speaking of money, Josh and I often enjoy talking out loud about our broken upbringings. We both are the product of warped, unwashed, unstable, alcoholic families with very little money to go around.
Sucks to be you.
We were malnourished.
It does, and thank you.
I remember always being cold. Always cold. Somebody put together a test. Someone put together, what is this? The test is called, How Rich of a Kid Were You? And it asks a series of questions, and if you answer honestly, we'll find out how rich of a kid you were.
I remember getting made fun of in school because I went to school with a lot of rich kids. We went to school at a rich school for free. You know, the poor kids, we got to maybe the state has to see us helping some folks out scholarship, right?
Sure.
And we were a part of that.
Really?
And some of the things that I would say, like, oh, they must be rich. And a lot of these kids were. People would make fun of me like, that's not rich. That's normal.
Are you talking about high school?
Yeah, high school.
You went to Holy Angels.
Yes.
And you went there on some kind of a program where broke families got to go to a rich school?
Correct.
Oh, wow. I don't think you've ever told that story.
Well, it's a bit humbling, I think, maybe for my folks, but that's kind of how we got to go there.
Well, how does that work?
And my dad also, he wrote, this might explain why we didn't have a ton of money. My dad wrote religious curriculum, right? That was his gig, and he would write and edit it. So in a lot of our religion classes, it was stuff my dad wrote. He also he's old enough, he actually has a chapter in the Bible.
Did he ever throw anything in there that like wasn't true just for fun? Just messing with people.
Jesus really loved buffalo wings.
Wouldn't that be something?
He wrote religious curriculum.
Yeah, so if back in the day, I don't know if they still use it or how different it is, but if you went to a Catholic school, there's a good chance some of the teachings my dad wrote or edited.
Your mother's parents, when she started dating your dad, they said, this guy's got no chance. Why commit yourself to a man with so little going on? And your mother said, he'll show you. He's currently in the process of writing up some religious curriculum.
Suck it, Dad.
We'll be driving a Mercedes-Benz in no time, she told her parents. That's interesting, though. So it was some kind of a government program that allowed you to go to a rich school?
I don't know if probably not government, but I think, I guess I can't explain it. I don't know.
That's all right. I've just never heard you tell the story, and I was drawn into that. Well, see, now this test mentions Gen X. Do I need to include the Gen X? Again, sorry if you have to explain this to me for the 100th time. Who are you if you are Gen X?
Well, that's you and me.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I think you have to. If you get to all these on the list, you'll have to, because some of them are very common now and wouldn't be a big deal to most people.
So is it important for me to mention the Gen X part, or can I just say it the way I said it a minute ago? The test is called How Rich of a Kid Were You?
Well, yeah, like I said, there's a couple on here that people, if you're younger, you might not get why that's on. Like the power windows on a car.
Okay.
I mean,
holler at me when further explanation is needed, because even I don't understand what I'm saying when I say things like Gen X and Boomer and all that. I don't understand those parameters. So, but here we go. Here's the test. How rich of a kid were you? And Josh mentioned the very first one. Okay. Here's how it works. You get 1 point if you answer yes to any of the following. Are you okay?
I just want to see how...
You want to keep score?
I'm kind of mad that I took the test. I'm sad now.
You took the test already?
Yeah.
And you're sad for some reason?
Yeah, I made fun of you guys, and now I had no right to do that.
You have all the right in the world to make fun of us.
Go ahead.
This is a comedic-based radio show. You can, yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay, a point. You get 1 point if you answer yes to any of these questions. And Josh mentioned one of them. Did your family own a car with power windows?
We did not.
No. Did you have HBO, Showtime, or Cinemax?
Didn't even have cable.
Only on the free preview weekends they would have occasionally.
I'm sorry?
They would do like HBO would be like HBO's free this weekend, and they'd kind of give you that taste like a drug dealer to then get you to try to subscribe and buy it.
So you grew up with no cable?
No, we had cable, but we didn't have the premium channels like HBO and stuff. And
right.
They would give you that one free weekend. You get to see all these cool movies and see how the other half live, and to try to entice you to subscribe to it.
I didn't even know those were around when I was a kid.
Yeah, my folks... One of the great frustrations of my upbringing. They'd go out and buy $400 worth of cigarettes a week, but when cable first came to town, I don't know, what was it, Josh? $10 a month?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And they wouldn't do it. They refused just because it's unnecessary spending. Same answer for air conditioning.
Ooh.
It was brutal and boring at my household. Hotter than hell in the summer because no air conditioning and nothing to watch on television because my folks refused to get cable. It was only when Oh, what a wonderful day it was when they got divorced. It was only then, when my dad moved in with some buddy of his, then I finally got my first taste of cable because the guy my dad moved in with had cable. So my brother and I couldn't wait to go to our dad's for the weekend because he had MTV. He had HBO. Once we went back to Mom's place Monday through Friday, it was right back to living in squalor.
When I moved out, that's the one thing I said. The one luxury I want to make sure I have the rest of my life is air conditioning. We were so miserable with all the people in this house. We had a window air conditioner. So on the hot days, we'd all sleep in one room, 8 or 9 people, depending on the year.
How miserable.
And we'd have, like, blankets hanging up over the doorways to keep as much cold air in as possible.
All those friggin' silly gimmicks, I'm very familiar with them. You put the fans in the windows because it supposedly sucks the hot air out.
I think that's BS.
It doesn't.
That never worked.
It never worked.
It didn't seem to work. You're right.
We would sleep in the living room, or my mom would have me and my brother sleep in the living room, and she would lay down. She'd have cold towels for us.
What was your folks' excuse for no air conditioning?
I guess I'm not sure. They just maybe couldn't afford it.
You also grew up with no air conditioning.
Yeah, no, until I was, at least over 10, and then they finally got it. But yeah, I just specifically remember her laying down cold sheets for us in the living room and opening up all the windows. It sucked.
I was 25.
Sheets in the refrigerator?
Yeah, I think so.
When I got air conditioning, I was 25.
Yeah.
Haven't looked back.
Oh, Lord.
It was miserable. And I remember the very first time I lived in a home with cable, I was out of high school, and I stared at the television like a 5-year-old. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, my God, look at all these different channels. It's not just 2, 4, 5, 9, 11, and 29. Okay, anyway.
Well, yeah, along those lines, I know exactly what you're talking about, Nick, because for us, a treat, some people going to a movie or going to Valley Fair or something like that would be a big outing. But for us, would be going to my uncle's house and watching cable, because he had cable, and he's, single guy.
You were like a zombie.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was like a real big treat for us.
So you give yourself a point if you answer yes to any of these. What have we done so far? Power windows.
0.
Yeah, what about, Dana Ashley, power windows?
Nope.
Eventually, but early on, no.
HBO, Showtime, or Cinemax?
Nope.
What did I say? Oh, here we go. Subscribed to at least one magazine.
Now, I get a point for that because my parents got some smut that had boobs in it called National Geographic. And we would page right to the boobs.
You have to. That was a big deal back in the day.
That and then the JCPenney one, which was free, go right to the bra and panty section.
Oh, you're fancy. I only did the Sears catalog.
Yeah, we were never a magazine family.
No.
Just the newspaper.
This one's kind of odd. I think I'd call this odd magazine. Well, my dad bought me Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, my grandparents subscribed me to Sports Illustrated once I was a kid, and through to my 20s, I believe, and that was fantastic.
I always thought, if you got a magazine like that, or Hit Parader back in the day, some sort of rock magazine, you're probably rich.
Every Thursday, I sprinted to the mailbox to get the new Sports Illustrated and just read it cover to cover.
And I remember saying to the old man, thank you for signing me up to Sports Illustrated, but I'd happily have you cancel that if you would get cable or air conditioning. But they wouldn't do it. A refrigerator with an ice dispenser.
Nope, but I remember thinking that was a rich deal as well.
My parents didn't get one of those fancy fridges until me and my brother moved out.
Your own bedroom.
Nope.
No.
For half of my life, I guess. Me and my brother used to share a bedroom.
Your own bedroom, yeah.
I think I was 18.
Yeah, I mean, it came much later in life. At least much later in my youth. My brother and I, of course, had to share a bedroom.
They probably would have kept us in the same bedroom forever, but, can't really do that with a girl.
I'm sorry?
You can't really do that with a sister and brother because, girls need their privacy. And
Oh, I know. My sister got her own room her whole life.
Yeah.
Me, my brother, my cousin, we shared one.
Brand name cereal.
Yeah, we
any
always
brand
had
name
that.
food.
Basketball hoop for your driveway.
Oh, yeah.
I was lucky enough to have one of those.
I still think people are rich when they have those, even though we have one and it's we used to it fell over. But that was when we moved to our house. I thought, oh my gosh, we've made it. We have a the world's worst hoop in our driveway.
My parents still have the basketball hoop that we had growing up. It's not on the house. It's like one of the freestanding ones, and it's just garbage now.
Oh,
like you
I
could
bet.
take that down.
A 10-speed or a BMX bicycle.
Does it count if you bought your own? I'm going to guess no.
What?
Because I bought my own BMX bike.
You did, huh?
And
how'd you manage that? You had your...
when I was 16, actually I started working when I was 14. I saved up and built with some friends. We all built our bikes just going to Penn Cycle
Cool.
and buying a bunch of parts.
You built it? Like you bought the frame and then
Yep.
you waited a week and bought the this and that?
Correct.
Dude, that's so cool.
Pegs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We had,
What a waste.
of course, we had bicycles. I mean, this one's kind of strange to me, too. I mean, we had bicycles. They were never new bicycles. They were ones that my dad's friend's son was through using, right? You know, so it wasn't like,
Oh, I guess, we had like hand-me-down.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
so
we had-
I'll give myself a point then. I wasn't, when I was younger, sure.
that's the easier way to say it, hand-me-down. I couldn't come up with that. Yeah, we had bicycles. Who the hell didn't have a bicycle, but it was never a new one?
My brother's bike got stolen twice when we were kids. It was ridiculous.
Went on family vacations that required flying. No.
I still think that's a rich thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I never took an airplane ride. The first airplane ride I ever took, I was 23 years old and was only because of work. If it wasn't for work, I wouldn't have gone on an airplane until I was in my 30s.
The only reason we traveled as a kid is because my mom worked for the airline, so she got free travel passes. Like if there's room on an airplane, like families and the employees could fly on it.
Oh, that's sweet.
My dad was in the cartel.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
so they had their own plane.
It's a little two-engine prop plane.
Does it count? We took our one and only, we never even drove for vacation. Now that I think about it, we never did that kind of stuff. And then finally, I don't know what the heck happened where they finally agreed to do this. We went on one trip when I was 14.
We spent we did a day trip to Duluth. And then some friends of my parents had a bed and breakfast, and we stayed overnight there once. That was it.
Pro Painter Jesus texted in. This is a good one. Sure, I used to have the same thoughts as you, my son. He would look at other families in the neighborhood who had a riding lawnmower and thought of them as luxury. Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah.
Same with dishwashers, garbage disposals.
Being able to buy my first riding lawnmower was a hell of an accomplishment. I got emotional, I think, because I was tortured so badly as a child by mowing a large yard with a broken push mower. Okay.
I know what you mean because I still have that hang-up, or maybe hang-up's not the right way to put it, but where I think I don't deserve that luxury. I would love a riding lawnmower, though.
Well, you always say you don't think you have a big enough yard.
I don't think I do.
Well, you do. Yeah, especially at your age and the lack of help that you get from the young people in your family, it's time for you to get a riding lawnmower.
Yeah, we're the same way, Josh. It doesn't feel necessary. It would feel weird if we had one. I mean, our neighbor has one, though.
Get it.
Well,
Even
I had one.
snowblowers.
Buy one.
I had one when I lived in Wisconsin. And
Buy
I remember, when we went to go buy one, I was like, why do my parents never do this? These aren't that crazy bad.
So the test is, how rich of a kid were you? Okay, so everything I've just read to you, if you said yes to any of those questions, you gave yourself a point.
I've got 2 points.
I haven't been keeping track, but we're usually you and I are nose to nose in these types of conversations.
The magazine and then the hand-me-down bike.
Nose and nose, not nose to nose. That would indicate that we're rivals. We're not. We're usually
We're kissing.
2 points each. Now, award yourself 2 points each if you're coming from this type of a background. At least 3 bathrooms.
3?
No.
Jeez, are we living in a mansion?
Well, what, you only had 2?
We had 1.
No, you did not.
Why would we have more than 1? There was only 4 people living in the house.
I thought you had 6 brothers or something like that.
They did not. I mean, they would. They're so much older that they didn't live there. I mean, we would, one of those things where one of them would come and live with you for a month or 2 and then leave. A different one would come and live with us.
A real swimming pool.
No.
We had a plastic one on the deck, and it's still in the backyard, buried in trees, just dead.
Just disintegrated.
Yeah.
Sure was nice when you could go to your bro's place with a swimming pool. I had multiple friends with swimming pools.
That's so sweet.
God, I had a friend. So I grew up in this place in Egan. It'd been around for a while, and then like this new section of McMansions got built, and they tore down some forest, area. And
Why did you call them McMansions?
It's like
it's a common phrase. Just bigger houses that get built in communities.
Not quite a mansion, but just a really nice house.
Really nice house.
I don't know if they use the word as much, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Never heard that before.
So a friend from high school moved into one of these giant, gorgeous houses with multiple bathrooms, different levels, great finished basement, pool table, the whole works.
Wow.
And we were hanging out there one day, and she was pissed. She goes, I'm so pissed my parents moved here. We're like, why? She goes, this place doesn't even have a pool. Because her old house had like a built-in pool.
So she was a snob.
Yes.
I'd be pretty pissed too if we had a pool and then we moved to a house that didn't have a pool.
But the house was gorgeous, actually.
Nah, I want a pool.
It was like on like a pond. Like it was just amazing, breathtaking house. And she goes, this place doesn't even have a pool.
That's how that's how I will know I made it in life if I eventually live in a house that has a real pool like that.
You'll regret the hell out of it.
Yeah, they're a bitch.
I've heard, but I just want to go swimming.
Very few people that actually, I can only think of one person that's glad they have the pool. More anxiety than here, Jesus said we had a sprinkler. Do you mean like just the one on the hose or a sprinkler system? Because I always thought that meant you were rich, too.
Yeah, me
the
too.
built-in sprinkler systems that popped up of the ground for sure.
I loved our sprinkler.
You're talking
that got
about
the job done.
You're talking about an irrigation system.
Yeah. So that's where I thought they were for sure
well,
rich. But yeah, the sprinkler, when we used to jump over that thing and you'd have the metal one that would go back and forth, or the even worse, the one that kind of looked like an octopus, that metal thing that would just destroy your feet.
Oh, if you catch your toe on it, your day's over.
That was entertainment in the summer.
Give yourself 2 points if you grew up with a ping pong table. Give yourself 2 points if you grew up with a canopy bed.
Oh, I wanted one of those so bad.
Yeah, I know my sister wanted one of those.
Yeah, this is brand new to me. The other day, my wife and I are mall walkers now, and we were walking through the home goods section of a department store at the mall. Home goods, beds, bedding, furniture. And there was a canopy bed on display. And my wife said, oh, I wanted one of those so bad when I was little. And I said, why? I'd never heard anyone say that out loud. And I said, well, why? And she said, well, there was something about that canopy. It felt fancy.
Yeah, every girl, I
look
think,
fancy.
wanted those. Yeah.
Right, it's like a princess type bed.
Exactly.
Box tossing Jesus said he has a pool. The people who enjoy them are not the ones who take care of pools.
Right.
F pools.
Yeah, I got a couple bros who they wish they never would have. Okay.
Real quick, we have a neighbor who has a pool, and they're older, retired, and they just let the kids use it. It's awesome for people
cool.
who live in the neighborhood. Free pool.
That's nice of them.
Yeah, we had one of those characters in our neighborhood, and our parents would always say, that's a little weird that they're welcoming all the children to get into their pool.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
I think it's cool. I mean, they don't let parents accompany these kids.
Right.
They have a very elaborate camera system.
Brand new car in high school.
Heck no.
Oh, no. All my friends did, though.
Oh, yeah. Some of my friends. I had a friend that had like a BMW. What is going on?
Oh, another snobby friend of mine said once he lamented the fact that his dad didn't let him drive the nice Audi. He had to drive the lesser Audi that they owned.
Do you think he was just flexing, or that was true?
No, he was legit pissed.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
A
Ridiculous.
finished basement.
Still not finished at their house.
A second phone line.
Oh, yeah, we had that.
Oh,
Give
cool.
yourself 2 points if you...
Were you running a business?
No.
Was it for internet? Because that's why we had a second phone line.
I have absolutely no clue. We did have like the phone on the wall that was connected to like the spirally cord for a while, but then they finally got like the wireless ones, and there was 2 of them, and that was fun.
A camcorder.
Nope, always
What?
wanted one.
No.
Okay, I didn't realize we were supposed to be keeping score.
Well, you said there was a point system.
Yeah,
I'm at 2.
but I didn't realize what that meant when I said that out loud. I'm sorry, what did you say?
I'm at 2.
Okay, here's the scoring scale if you were keeping score and I wasn't. If you scored 0 to 4, you were in survival mode. 5 to 9, you were doing all right. 10 to 15, you were upper is how you say it, upper middle luxury. 16 to 22, you were giving off country club vibes, and 23 plus, you were Richie Rich.
We were doing all right.
There's a hell of a reference right there, Richie Rich.
I used to like Richie Rich.
I never really felt like growing up. I never felt like we were going without.
I never did either. It wasn't until like I met super rich kids that I noticed there was even much of a difference. But
Yeah.
I prefer it the way we did. Just because I appreciate things, I think, more than folks who grew up just being mad that they didn't drive the nicer Audi. You know?
Oh, I always wanted. What did you just say? Someone just said, growing up, I never
Went without.
went
Felt like I
without. We went without, and I hated it. It bothered me every single day.
Well, yeah, I guess it probably didn't help your situation that you lived in Wayzata.
Yeah, I
So,
think
like people around you had
You
more.
were aware right away the difference.
And
I'm
if I
sure.
could do it all over again, I'd do it completely differently.
It is funny, like the difference between me and my husband's spending habits, or like how he doesn't mind. Like I'll be like, oh yeah, there's this thing on Amazon I was thinking of buying, but I don't know, it's like $60, and he's like, just buy it. What are you talking about? And I don't feel that way. It's because he had a richer upbringing, I guess.
You know how some people will say, well, you should be thankful for what you had. I'm not. I deserve more.
Insomniac Jesus said, you don't really struggle on the lawnmower front. He had to use a dull reel mower. That's what we had.
What does that
A
mean?
what?
Like just the one that was non-powered.
Oh,
It
yeah.
just was like a big barrel
yeah.
of blades on
Yeah.
the front.
Oh.
Like a not necessarily like a snowmobile auger, but that's basically all
Yeah,
it was.
I know the one you're talking
Oh,
about.
squeaky. It was tough to.
Dude.
Yeah, that's what we had.
That's
grand-
exhausting.
I loved the sound of that thing.
Yeah, it made a cool sound.
Yeah.
Our grandparents had one of those because they had a teeny tiny little strip of grass out front of the house.
Yeah, that's the way we had it.
Those were big sellers, I bet, in the 30s.
I wonder if you can still get one. I could, for
I bet you can.
nostalgic purposes.
I bet you can. What was the title for it?
I don't like. We call it a push mower, but now a push mower could
Well,
still have a motor.
The
on
dude
it.
said it there, didn't he? A power or something? Anyway,
what did he say?
It doesn't matter. Yeah. There you go.
Did you guys ever have those friends? This is how I knew that, like, we did not have that kind of money. My friends in high school, 2 of them had, like, credit cards that were linked to their parents' accounts. And they could just swipe away.
If any of my friends had that, I had no idea.
Oh, I take that back. A buddy of mine was very rich. His dad was some sort of bigwig at Best Buy, and he had a credit account at Best Buy, and he could get whatever he wanted. And he was super generous with it. I mean, why wouldn't he be? It wasn't his money, but he'd buy us CDs.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we would have any music we wanted. He'd just say, "Hey, go pick out whatever you want." That was really cool.
That is.
I was always kind of jealous of that. The richest person I remember really thinking, like, wow, these people are super rich. They had 2 front doors, the double door.
Oh,
Now that's so common.
Is it really?
Oh, wait. Are you talking about, like side by side they open
Yeah,
up?
side by side.
Oh, I was thinking, like, having one of those doors that,
Like a
has a
storm door?
screen. Yeah.
No, it was just the side-by-side door.
I had a buddy who
That is
had.
bougie.
There were 2 separate entrances into the front of his house. The house was that big. You could go in the door this way, or you could go in through the living room. A few yards down.
Dang.
I know.
Yeah. They say be thankful for what you got or be thankful for what you had. I'm very thankful for what I have. But as a kid, I'm still pissed off about the way my parents handled things.
I would be too.
That's kind of what I was saying about being thankful. I bet that's partly why. That's how I feel. Almost to the point where, like, if I got a riding lawnmower, I'd feel too guilty. Like, oh, this is too much for a fellow like
Yeah.
myself.
You deserve one, Josh.
Oh, that's nice of you to say. Okay, those reel mowers, REEL. You
Reel.
can still buy them.
They call them reel mowers. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Thank you. Oh, yeah, that's cool. I mean, and if you live in the city or something and all you have, like I was explaining, my grandparents up north had this They lived right in town, in a small town, but right in town. So they had a tiny little strip of grass next to a sidewalk. What the hell was the point of getting the gas? They just pushed that little rotating blade thing around.
Yeah.
I think it probably took them, I took my grandpa maybe 3 minutes to cut the grass out front the house. So
I missed the sound.
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's cool. All right, what were we saying? Later on, of course, we'll have a lot of sports to talk about with the Pigs and the Wolves. Randy Shaver will duck in at 7:30. We'll get things started with the stupid news here in a few minutes on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
What's going on, podcast pimps? Dana here to once again sing the praises of Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. I got on the ball early. I already got my AC tuned up for summer, and I think you should too. An AC tune-up means better efficiency, fewer breakdowns, and peace of mind before we get choke slammed with heat. And right now, it's their early bird special. $45 off an AC tune-up or $90 and you add your furnace in as well. Smart folks like me don't wait for the first 80-degree day. We plan ahead. Book by May 25th and check it off your list at standardheating.com. Providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today. 763-571-2410 or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
She's the final. End of the work week. Hope everyone's doing well. We had a little conversation earlier. We were talking about our various broken upbringings. Some had it worse than others. I grew up in a spider hole. And then I married a rich girl. Originally, my first marriage. A listener texted in on that subject. He said, man, Nick really dropped the ball with his first wife. And yeah, her family had gobs and gobs of money. The kind of money that makes bodies disappear. So the guy texted in and said, it's a damn shame Nick dropped the ball with his first wife. He could have had an escalator to get to the second floor of his house. An escalator, I texted back. I said, hell, I could have had my own personal jetpack to get to the second floor. Escalators are for the middle class, bro. All right, you bastards.
I can't get Hall & Oates out of my head.
I was just thinking the same thing, Josh.
I'm trying to force it out of my head. You're a rich girl. And
That's where the...
Don't matter anymore.
I always thought Rich Girl, Hall & Oates, 76? I'm going to take a guess. It was
76, yep.
Oh, my God, damn. I always thought, I'm glad you brought up Hall & Oates, or 80s music in general, because this is where I lose my ever-loving mind. I always thought if a hard rock band would have gotten a hold of Rich Girl by Hall & Oates and put some balls behind it, it would have sounded really cool. Because you start off with the quiet intro, zippy-dip-boo, and a dippy-doo-dong, and a lippy-dip-dippy-dabba-doo. You can rely on the old man's money. And then they kick it in. You know what I'm talking about, Josh?
Yeah, I'm looking to see if there is
Did
one.
any hard rock bands ever cover Rich Girl? So many of those old tunes. If an acid rock band would have got a hold of them, they could have really made an impact. And young people would say, wow, that's incredible. What's that? You know, I'm trying to think. Is there there's a lot of covers out there. Help us out. 651-989-9393. Did an acid rock or a wolf rock or a glam rock band ever get a hold of an oldie like that and really make it pop? Yeah, I know someone will text something in. Did a hard rock band get a hold of an oldie and really put some balls on it that you remember? Okay. We'll see what the text machine does. Oh, somebody already texted in, Josh, and said the Bullet Boys cover of For the Love of Money.
Well, there's plenty of the metal. As far as like turning a song into like something heavier. Nickelback Saturday Night. I like that one quite a bit.
The old Elton John?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, when Guar covered Carry On My Wayward Son. Just received that text. We're not going to play the Radar Love game today. We're not going to play it. I know the subject matter leads you to that easy joke, but we're not going to. Good example right here. When Van Halen covered You're No Good by Linda Ronstadt. That was on their 82 record, Diver Down. That's a great example. Seether did something or another with Careless Whisper. That's a great example, I think. I'm not terribly familiar with that cover, but it rings a bell. I dig this. Ooh, when Motley Crue did Helter Skelter. Our listeners are the friggin' best. When Fozzy covered ABBA. That's another great one. SOS, that's another.
Slipknot did Rainbow in the Dark?
I did not know that. Oh, no, someone texted in Twisted Sister when they covered, it was just a train wreck. The old 50s song, We're on a Motorcycle and My Girlfriend Died.
I don't know if
Leader of the Pack.
They did?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't heard that one.
That was the lead single off the Come On and Play record.
I don't know I've heard that.
Oh, it destroyed their career.
Disturbed covered Sound of Silence?
That's what somebody said.
I don't think that's correct.
Doesn't sound like something they would do.
No, and if they did do that, I don't think this radio station would ever play that.
No, that wouldn't be in our wheelhouse.
Metallica, Turn the Page. These are some great examples. Thank you. Yeah, Twisted Sister did Leader of the Pack. It wasn't,
and it was bad, you're saying?
Well, it wasn't so much the song that killed their career. It was the video. The music video was so friggin' horrible. But I still enjoy the cover. I met her at the candy store. She turned around. I mean, Dee Snider's voice is so good. He can't have a song that's altogether terrible.
Cut My Heart Out, Jesus says of Disturbed Sound of Silence. They absolutely did. I figured we'd get one. Yeah, we're aware. I think we played that every 20 minutes when that came out.
Megadeth covering These Boots Are Made for Walking? Hell yes. Dude.
What?
When Faith No More covered Easy by the Commodores. I never gave a rat's ass about Faith No More. I friggin' didn't, okay? Don't tell me that I did, because I never gave a rat's ass about Faith No More. But when they covered Easy by the Commodores, I thought it was friggin' brilliant. Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You take a soft kind of, I don't know, even yacht rock, 80s kind of a pop song and put some balls on it. I thought that worked so well for them. Especially the solo. I mean, the solo is just... All right, we could sit here all day, and I would love every second of it. I would. But we got to get moving. Let's start our conversation, our stupid news report. Talking about Facebook. How's everything going on Facebook these days? Is it still nothing but positivity and good times?
Yeah. Yep. Always.
Have you visited Facebook lately, have you?
Yeah, I like Facebook.
Good. Things are going well.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the damn deal. People are thanking Facebook, in one particular neighborhood at least. They're very thankful for Facebook because it helped track down a carjacker.
Like a guy jacking off in his car?
Yes. Not the type of carjacker that rolls up on you and forces you out of your vehicle at gunpoint. The type of carjacker where a dude is stroking his ugly little pee-pee while also operating an automobile. Yes, that type of carjacker. Carjacker version 2, let's call it. Facebook helped bring this disgusting slob to jag-off justice, I guess you could say. Here's how it all started. A lady was driving around town, and she noticed a feller driving alongside of her. And the sumbitch, he was doing everything he could to keep a similar pace with her. She slowed down, he'd slow down. She'd speed up a little bit, he'd speed up a little bit. He was driving a minivan, she said. And the article actually, on a side note, goes on to, I guess, state that a great majority of folks who whack off behind the wheel drive minivans or Jeeps.
The minivans kind of make sense for some reason. I don't know why. I can't explain it, but
More privacy? Well, maybe, I guess it's got a lot of windows in there, too.
yeah.
They say minivans or Jeeps is where you're going to see a guy playing with himself behind the wheel, but that doesn't matter right now. So, dude was driving a minivan. He's keeping pace with this lady as she's driving. They're both rolling on down the highway. Before she noted it, she looked over, and damned if he wasn't pulling on his cubby, on his shaft. He was, in plain sight.
Never been lucky enough to see something like that. No sexual activity of any kind, like man, woman, 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 man, man, somebody by themselves. Have you guys ever seen anything like Roadhead or...
Oh, yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh, you have?
Oh, Road Dome?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Never seen anybody whacking it, but Road Skull? Absolutely. All right. So now the lady sees, because he wanted her to see, his broken little unit. He is showing her what he is able to do to himself. And she hollered out her driver's side window. She hollered, "Two can play that game." And she also yelled, "Don't mind if I do." And then she opened up her pants. No, I'm kidding.
That's probably what he wanted.
What the lady saw when she saw the horror of it all, that this man was masturbating for her, she grabbed her cellular telephone and recorded a gross video of the guy jagging it. When the carjacker saw her pointing a telephone camera at him, he suddenly made a U-turn and he drove smooth off. But she got a picture of his license plate number, and she posted all of that on Facebook. There were other ladies on Facebook who said, "Hey, I recognize that clown. He masturbated behind the wheel for me a few days ago. Let's get him." Is what they decided upon. So these ladies showed up at the local police station. They showed the dude's hot solo video to the cops. New guy was off in the corner puking his guts out. The cops looked up his license plate number and all that. Next thing you know, they arrested the guy. Jose is the name he goes by. Uglier than a bag full of a-holes, this guy.
Oh, boy.
Ooh-wee.
I wouldn't want to watch him working his penis in his in his Beatmobile.
I mean, this guy is UGLY. He ain't got no alibi.
Yeah. Hopefully at least has a nice piece of anatomy, because everything else is a nightmare.
No, she said it looked kind of like a little stick of gum.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Ouch.
A little stick of, what did they call that back in the day? Red, what was it called? Big Red.
Big Red.
Yeah.
A little too spicy for my taste.
It did get a little spicy sometimes.
I'm just kidding. I loved it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't like it.
A couple people are saying, well, wait, you caught people masturbating at work. I just meant behind the wheel.
He
I've
meant
never seen it on the road.
specifically behind the wheel.
Yeah, I've caught 3 gentlemen, unfortunately, masturbating, 2 here,
I thought
one
it was
in college.
2.
Yeah, it was 2 here, 1 in college.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, you did.
And no, my mom, another question. My mom was not flashed while driving. She was walking from her vehicle in a parking lot to a building, and a guy standing by an elevator said, "Hey, take a look at this."
That's one of my favorite stories.
No, I hate that story.
So anyway, they caught Jose the carjacker. Real honest, this guy, Jose. He told the police that he really enjoys driving and masturbating for the women in his neighborhood because he, quote, gets horny sometimes. Not all the time. He's not horny all the time, but sometimes, yes, he gets horny, and he enjoys doing it.
You got to learn how to reel that in, especially when you're an adult. You got to figure that out. People get horny.
Jose also estimates, because the cops asked him, he estimates that over the last couple of months, he has jacked his little rod for 6 different women while driving around in his minivan. The cops found an old bath towel
Ew.
in his minivan that could cut glass.
Oh, I would think so. You're not going to be able to fold that and put it away.
That's a murder weapon.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, hose A's been filling that with hose B, if you know what I'm saying.
You hit somebody over the head with that, it's just going to shatter into a million pieces.
I'll bet that's disgusting.
All right, what the hell is this? Am I expected to believe this? In a place called Zanzibar. My goodness, where the hell? It doesn't matter. Sounds far away from here. Anyways, I think I have to at least at first here mark this down as an all-timer. I think this one's going to go into the history books. And hopefully you can follow this. Law enforcement in Zanzibar. They're currently holding 10 Dodes in the local jailhouse for going a little mental in town. They tuned some people up, beat the living hell out of some people. And the reason why they were running through town kicking everyone's ass is this. They told the cops that someone had stolen their penises.
God, I hate when that happens.
I'd be pretty frustrated, I got to say.
You go to try to use it and you realize somebody stole it. God dang it.
I just peed last night.
They were beating everybody into next week because someone, and they didn't know who, upped and stole their penises. So the Zanzibar police say that all 10 of these fools were arrested in a 5-day span. They were all in different neighborhoods in Zanzibar, but they all told the same story. They all said, hey, sorry about the beatings, but somebody stole my dick.
If you guys woke up, and Ashley, I'm not going to assume you don't have one. I'm not
you.
that type of guy. But if you guys woke up without yours, would you have a suspect in mind? Would you tell the cops, take a look at this person? I know, Nick, you've dated a couple of girls where even I could say, like, if you were unable to speak, check this girl and that girl.
Yes, I would have suspects in mind if I woke up without a Janssen. Yeah. So, like I was telling you, these 10 characters, they went walking around town beating the piss out of people because they suspected these people were the ones who stole their peckers. They also robbed some people and broke their stuff. It was a full meltdown. I'm going to guess, you've probably already guessed, that some hard-as-nails bathtub quality street drug must be to blame for this. But I don't know. Let me tell you about one of the alleged dick robberies. One of the, quote, victims said he was on a city bus. He said someone touched his shoulder. Shortly thereafter, he looked down, and his dong was no longer swinging between his legs. This is a story that he told the police. So the angry "you stole my dick" gang was tearing up the town. Hell, they went to some dude's place out of nowheres, and they beat the dude into oblivion, and they also stole his television because they thought the dude was responsible for their missing dong stick. So the police rounded up all the supposed victims of pecker theft, laid them out in the nude in front of educated doctors who looked them up and down, and the doctors said, fellas, you actually still have your penises.
Oh, that must have been such a relief.
Oh, I would think so.
Yeah, no kidding.
And how embarrassed would you be? Oh, you're right. Look, there it is. If I asked if any of the thieves were charged with a misdemeanor, would I get in trouble around here? Would you guys be disappointed
I
and
would
mad
be.
at me?
I like it.
I am
All right.
disappointed.
I'm not
yeah.
going to say it then.
It must be a very different mindset there in Zanzibar than we have around here, because one of the big concerns in town is that this story, hey, somebody stole my dick, the authorities in town were very concerned that this story would gain too much steam and get out, right? It would become public. They were afraid. They were afraid that the general public might actually believe that there was someone out there stealing penises smooth off the bodies of men in town, and that it might cause a panic, rioting in the streets and such.
Yeah, sometimes if I don't know too much about Zanzibar, but I think that's
Never heard of it.
Or in Africa, but you do hear sometimes people believe some pretty weird stuff.
Yeah,
right?
they feared that this story would cause a panic in town.
Like they're still killing albinos in parts of the world to steal their parts to make their lives better in some way.
Oh, my God. So the 10 dudes whose sad little tallywhackers were never in any danger at all, they were charged with giving false information to the police. And they're also in trouble, of course, for choke slamming innocent people all over town.
Would you be mad at 651er to 715 Jesus if he said he'd be interested in hearing their testimony?
But they don't go in and there's no further explanation here, Josh. So again, I'm left to assume that these guys were smoking some type of bathtub rock and lost their friggin' minds.
Yes.
There's no other
doing something weird we've never even heard of.
All right.
I mean,
yes.
I can be gullible, but not that gullible if somebody can try to convince me of that.
And again, the idea that this would cause a panic in the streets.
Right.
If you and I are standing on a street corner in Minneapolis, street corner is how you say it, in Minneapolis, and some guy walks up sweating and, he's out of breath. You guys, get out of here. There's somebody out there stealing penises, right? We would say, what the hell's the matter with you? But I guess in Zanzibar, they were afraid that people would believe it and run for their lives.
Massage therapy, Jesus, I'm guessing she's recently out of a relationship because she said she's also missing her penis. I'm sorry to hear that the relationship didn't work out.
All right, we got to go. But this guy sounds like a real cutie pie. I thought I could sneak him in real quick. Police in Louisiana finally caught a douche who kept losing them on his crotch rocket. This was apparently his gimmick. He'd F off on his motorbike. He'd start trouble with the police until they'd chase him. And that crotch rocket he sets on is faster than all hell. He'd lose to cops, and then he'd do it all over again a few days later.
I guess that's fun.
Until you kill yourself or somebody else, of course. The cops had enough of his cute little game. They finally caught the dork. He was wanted for multiple counts of being a reckless prick. The cops took a picture with the dude once they had him in handcuffs. So in the picture, you see the two cops who arrested him standing next to the guy and his motorbike. It's a nice picture. They also photographed...
He's going to put it in his scrapbook.
The bike rider guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. He'll put that up on the wall. They also photographed something cute that the dude had on his motorcycle. On the gas tank, the effing guy had been keeping score of how many cops he had outrun in his career behind the wheel of that crotch rocket. Have you seen when a prisoner in a movie, he scratches a line on the wall of his cell to count the days he's been on the inside?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. On the gas tank, the dude had painted the words, "Pigs Evaded." Right? That was the title.
Jesus, you
Pigs
douche.
And there were 11 tally marks below the words "Pigs Evaded," indicating he had successfully outrun the police nearly a dozen times.
That's a lot, actually.
I wonder if they can turn that into charges somehow. Probably not, because there's, I'm sure, no way to prove it. Well, maybe there is. Maybe they've got dash cam a video, that is, of him running away.
Cute, right?
Yeah, he's committed.
Again, until he crashes into a tree and he's,
his head falls off.
He's trying to keep his guts from falling out of his, that kind of a thing.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
What's going on, podcast pimps? Dana here to once again sing the praises of Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. I got on the ball early. I already got my AC tuned up for summer, and I think you should too. An AC tune-up means better efficiency, fewer breakdowns, and peace of mind before we get choke slammed with heat. And right now, it's their early bird special. $45 off an AC tune-up or $90 and you add your furnace in as well. Smart folks like me don't wait for the first 80-degree day. We plan ahead. Book by May 25th and check it off your list at standardheating.com. Providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today, 763-571-2410, or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada?
Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
There's a douchiness to them. The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
It's definitely scary having children and thinking that they're safe. Like, go ahead, you can go for a walk with your friends, and then you read something like that on Facebook or watch it on the news.
A Connecticut man was arrested after chasing kids with a knife in a residential area Monday night while wearing a ghost face mask made famous by the Scream movies.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Caller told police about 7:45 p.m. they saw a guy with a mask and knife running into Bates Woods, which is weird because it used to be called Abstinent Woods until Dana discovered hand lotion. When officers spoke with witnesses, they learned the suspect was seen waving a knife above his head and making a stabbing motion towards children.
That's not
frightening.
scary.
Like, my daughter's 14, and she walks around this area, like in this park sometimes, with her friends. So, yeah, that's horrible.
A drone was used to help locate the suspect. The man, who police identified as 19-year-old Zakai Marshall, was found and arrested near the New London Animal Control Center in Bates Park. At the time of the arrest, police say Marshall was in possession of a mask resembling the one worn by the killer in the Scream movies and a large buck knife. Beyond scaring the living daylights out of the kids, Marshall's motive was not specifically mentioned by police. These days, the ghost face mask is instantly recognizable, of course, but in the unlikelihood you're not familiar, the mask made its big screen debut in the inaugural Scream, directed by Wes Craven in 1996, as a disguise used by killers on a murderous spree in the fictional town of Woodsboro. Since then, Ghostface has cemented its place in American pop culture, popping up everywhere from Dawson's Creek and The Simpsons to The Sopranos, not to mention the endless stream of Scream parodies.
But this was a 19-year-old kid chasing little kids around the woods with a knife, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds like a troubled young person to me.
Yeah.
Outside of being just kind of a dork, they're not sure. I mean, it's like,
I bet he cries himself to sleep, this kid.
Yeah, he wants to be accepted, and he just doesn't know how to do it.
Doesn't know how to do it.
It's got to be one of those situations. Got to skip this real quick here. What appears to have been an attempt at cockpit humor by airline pilots isn't landing well in Washington. Audio released over the weekend appears to capture two pilots making dog and cat noises while communicating with one another over an air traffic control frequency Sunday near Reagan National Airport.
Meow. Guys, need to be professional pilot. Meow, 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 meow. This is why he's still flying RJ.
You have got to be kidding me. But it happened. The animal sounds quickly drew sharp criticism from air traffic control. In the recording, a controller can be heard repeatedly telling the pilots to act professionally as the aircraft approached DCA. The warnings went ignored. That prompted one air traffic controller to deliver a witty but pointed remark, which you heard in the clip. This is why you're still flying an RJ. RJ stands for regional jet, smaller aircraft typically used on short-haul routes.
It's an inside industry term, Josh.
Yes. Pilots in their early careers usually get their start with regional airlines, and apparently in aviation circles, the term is often used as shorthand for a lack of professionalism, implying behavior that falls short of expectations for more seasoned pilots. In a statement, the FAA emphasized federal regulations prohibit pilots from engaging in nonsensical conversations when flying below 10,000 feet. The agency said all communication during that time must be directly related to the safe operation of the aircraft. The FAA also noted it investigates all situations in which pilots may have violated regulations. Those rules fall under what's known as the sterile cockpit rule, which limits those nonsensical activities and conversations during critical phases of any flight, which includes taxiing, takeoff, approach, and landing, periods when minimizing distractions is considered essential for safety.
These are very serious frequencies for very serious purposes, and there's just no room for that sort of non-professional nonsense. At any moment, very important information could be passed on those frequencies, and somebody keying the microphone and doing something as juvenile and idiotic as meowing could block it.
Not a lot of people found it funny.
No.
The incident has drawn heightened attention given the ongoing safety focus at Reagan National following last year's deadly midair crash, killing 67 people, the most fatal aviation accident in more than 2 decades.
Yeah, the boys were having a little fun, huh?
Yeah, people thought a little too much fun.
There was a stretch of time many, many years ago where Josh and I would only communicate off air with duck quacks.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to quack at each other.
We were driving people crazy in the building, but... You know, you get a little funny, you get a little stir crazy, you know, you act like a 9-year-old.
Yeah, but there was no danger to anybody in the building.
That's funny.
And eventually it kind of evolves into the aliens from Mars attack.
Like an ACAC situation.
We know that, but we were just trying to loosen things up in the building.
Have
I'm
some
sorry.
fun.
I'm sorry, I said.
Come on, keep it light. Have some fun. This week, it's a mix of mummies, mommies, morons, and Minnesotans at the movies. First up, Lee Cronin's The Mummy. In yet another reimagining of the Mummy franchise, this version is about a journalist whose daughter Katie went missing 8 years ago. When Katie unexpectedly turns up and is returned to her family, her parents are overjoyed. But that joy doesn't last, as they quickly realize this is not the daughter they remember.
Oh.
As our old boss used to say, what I've heard about this movie is it's not re-goo. I read a couple of reviews that said, maybe skip this one. I read an article talking about why they call it Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Who's Lee Cronin, right? That was the title, I think. And it was because of this. There's the Tom Cruise The Mummy.
Oh, God, I forgot he did a mummy.
And people said, part of the reason aside from not being very good, but part of the reason it failed is because people were expecting Brendan Fraser.
There you go.
That type of movie. So, and apparently there's going to be a couple other ones coming out that are mummy related.
Okay.
I'll let you guys enjoy those on your own.
You're staying away?
I'm good.
Also in theaters this week, long-buried wounds rise to the surface when an iconic pop star reconnects with her estranged best friend and former costume designer just as she prepares for a major comeback in the psychological drama thriller Mother Mary. Next, Busboys, a comedy from David Spade and Theo Vaughn, who also star. This was a crowd-funded movie.
Oh, I bet this is great.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
No, I'm being serious. I like both those guys.
Two well-meaning but clueless friends figure that waiting tables might be their ticket out of life's problems. Turns out it helps a little, just not in the ways they expected. Meanwhile, a new film with Minnesota roots is in theaters called Normal. Co-written by and starring Bob Odenkirk, the movie drops him into the role of Ulysses Richardson, a small-town Minnesota interim sheriff. When a bank robbery collides with a brutal snowstorm, the quiet community starts to unravel, revealing ties to something far more dangerous beneath the surface. Derek Kolstad, who wrote the script with Odenkirk, said the Minnesota setting fits their mission to make audiences believe seemingly friendly folks could be stone-cold killers. Again, that's called Normal. As for streaming, Roommates premieres on Netflix today. A coming-of-age drama starring Adam Sandler's daughter Sadie as a naive college freshman who gets into a passive-aggressive relationship with her new roommate. 3 tablespoons past your neck, Jesus text a happy 70th to his mom, slot machine monster Jesus, and a happy 13th to his son, Fortnite fanatic Jesus. And happy birthday to Ellery, turning the big 04 on Sunday. That's 93X News.
Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder on the Half-Ass Morning Show.
This is what I would say. We have 2 excellent goaltenders. We've had 2 excellent goaltenders all year long. We basically rotated them. Wally's a strong goalie. He's a top-end NHL goalie. Gus has got great experience, great goalie, been a backbone for us. He's been the leader of the goaltending core. So, you can't go wrong with the decision.
Sure. The game within the game, Cubby.
That's a good way to put it.
Pigs head coach Gene Snitsky. He's going to start this series with a mind F. He's effing with their minds, the Stars. He's not telling anyone. Dick Tracy, who's starting between the pipes tomorrow.
Do you know what's the latest he can go without making an announcement?
I have no idea.
Can we just whoever shows up on the ice? Or I'd imagine there's a rule somewhere, isn't there?
Maybe he puts Gustafsson out there, right? And then he calls a timeout and says, no. 1 second in, you can't call the timeout. Well, I suppose you can't. You got to wait for a whistle.
He could skate both of them. He could skate both of them out there.
Put them both out there.
Oh, and have them.
And then just have four skaters, and then when the puck drops, just skate one of them off and throw another guy over the boards.
Hello, Brad Ryder. Hello, Randy Shaver. What's that, Josh?
Good morning.
Uh-oh. Randy?
Randy?
Good morning. Good morning.
Geez.
Good morning.
I thought you were being strangled.
What?
You sounded so terrible.
Like you were in danger.
Oh, my God.
You sounded awful.
What if he goes next level? Doesn't put either of them in. Starts the game with an extra skater.
Now, if Nick was the coach for the other,
I like that.
If Nick was the coach for the other team, you would tell your players not to score a goal. Correct? We're not going to score one goal.
You don't put either goaltender on the ice. It's like that scene from Airplane where dude is ready to land that plane, and he hasn't flown since the war.
Mm-hmm.
He's ready to land the plane, and I think Lloyd Bridges and who was the guy that hosted that show for so many years? Anyway, they say he's on approach. Hit the lights. Turn on the runway lights. And Lloyd Bridges says, "No, that's exactly what they'll be suspecting or expecting. Sorry, expecting. All right, what are we doing here?" Goaltenders, yeah, we don't know who's going to be in between the pipes. We do know what time they're going to drop the puck tomorrow. They decided on 4:30 in the afternoon tomorrow.
Perfect.
Game 1 of the Pigs and Stars.
That's perfect.
What's wrong with that?
That's the best start time we're going to get for any game in either series going on, the Wild or the Timberwolves.
You can watch the Timberwolves game at 2:30. That should be wrapping up by around 5-ish. So you're only really going to miss the first half of the Wild first period, maybe, if you watch the full Timberwolves.
I mean,
it works out well.
And it's going to be kind of a crappy day a little bit, so it gives you a good excuse to sit on the couch. So it's perfect.
It's their rink, it's their ice, and it's their effing town. But
and
tonight,
the Twins game's on at 7, so you've got a whole day.
My God, that's perfect.
Or no, I'm sorry, my bad. Tonight's game's at 7. Sorry.
Oh,
tomorrow's game's at 1. I ruined it.
Picture in picture.
Yeah, I haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, I know you haven't.
Everyone always mentions the picture-in-picture gimmick. I haven't quite figured that out. So
I don't know if I have it.
The two clubs, okay, Pigs, Stars, they split the season series. Each club won their 2 home games. Of course, we all know that the boys have been gassed in the opening round of the playoffs.
Now, what is that record here?
Well, here's what I have. They've been gassed in the opening round of the playoffs in each of their last 8 trips
my God.
to the postseason.
When was the last time, Nick, they got out of the first round?
I have no idea.
What's the year?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm no good with things beyond 1990. You know that. 2 of those playoff eliminations for the Wild came at the hands of the Stars, who bounced them in 4 games. Bounced them in 6 games in both 20+16 and 20-23. I don't know the last year that they advanced past the first round, but we all know it's been a long friggin' time. And, the goaltender thing, who's he going to start? That's all up to Gene Snitsky.
Right.
Gustafsson, Old Phil, he's been the guy the majority of the season, but from what I'm reading, Volstead appeared to be in better form towards the end of the regular season.
The last time, Nick, they won a first-round series was 2014-15 when they beat St. Louis and then lost to the Blackhawks.
There you go. By the way, it was Robert Stack and Lloyd Bridges, who were in the air traffic control center in the movie Airplane. And Josh, here's what I was going for. Robert Stack, thank you to a member of the Brother and Sisterhood who hooked us up again. The all-knowing Brother and Sisterhood. Robert Stack was for years on a television show called Unsolved Mysteries.
I used to watch that.
Did you? I thought that would be your type of
program. That show terrified me. No matter where in the country this unsolved mystery happened, I was convinced that the killer somehow found his way to Eagan, Minnesota.
I understand. That kind of freaked me out as a kid, too.
I was like, he's probably hiding out in the woods down the street. Ready to pounce.
So Pigs fans all over town, they're excited, but I think a little stressed over the thought of another early playoff exit.
Well, you can't think like that. You just have to take it one game at a time. One game at a time.
Earlier on, we got a text from a listener who said he's been following them his entire life. And he said, right or wrong, if they lose in the opening round this year, this series, he'll never watch them again. Until next year.
Right.
But only if they start off the season winning.
I used to always proclaim after my favorite teams had a heartbreaking loss, I'd always just proudly, loudly proclaim in person and on the internet, I'm never watching sports again for the rest of my life.
I've heard people say that.
And that never obviously took.
Well, you have to put on the coffee for Monday night. Wild game starts at 8:30 and the Wolves at 9:30.
Yeah, we all know it's going to be straight misery from here.
I'll read the box scores in the morning.
Oh, man.
We all know. That's why I said this 4:30 start time for Game 1 might be the best game time we get as fans for either series.
Yeah, that's true.
Take advantage of this one.
I'm looking at both schedules right now. Next Saturday actually works out pretty well, too. They're both home for Game 4 on Saturday, but the Wild game starts at 4:30 and the Wolves game starts at 7:30.
Okay.
There you go.
Next Saturday worked out pretty well, too.
Earlier we played, because we were having fun with cover songs and things like that, we got really haywire on the topic of great cover songs. We played a beautiful cover, the Scorpions, covering the old Kansas hit single, Dust in the Wind. And when we played it, a listener texted in and said, that Scorpions cover of Dust in the Wind is beautiful. I will play that after the Wild lose in Game 6. Which will be the deciding game of the series, according to. One concern going into this here series is that weird Quinn Hughes is apparently very sick.
He always does look kind of sickly.
He does, but this time it's more than just his appearance.
Right.
Okay.
They say he's caught some type of funk, and he's very sick. He didn't practice yesterday, and there was some concern that he won't be able to go tonight for Game 1. He's got a case of...
You mean tomorrow?
What did I say?
You said
tonight.
All right, we all know it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
He has a case of the green apple quick steps, according to a couple people on the inside.
A lot of people around here can relate to that and feel sympathy for the man.
That's for sure.
Put a diaper on. Just put a diaper on.
Do you play?
Let's hope they flew him in separate. Let's hope he didn't fly with the team.
Do you play a grown man in a diaper if you have to?
Yes.
Okay.
Put a diaper on.
Well, don't the breezers kind of double as a diaper a little bit?
No.
No, they don't?
It all just rolls right down the leg.
Okay.
I know these things, Dana.
Yeah, I know. You played hockey.
It will run all the way down your thigh and into your socks, in between your skin and the shin pads, and into your skates.
Oh.
It will dampen your socks, the ones on your feet.
Yeah. It's not going to get on the ice, though?
You'd like to believe.
Oh, that'd be pretty gross.
Some might get on the ice. Some might get on the ice.
That's a hazard.
They're out there chiseling it off.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on the shovel crew. Oh, gross.
So Weird Nick, that's not his name. What's his name? Quinn. Weird Quinn might not play it tomorrow.
He'll play.
Dallas also has some injury concerns.
Good.
It has nothing to do with diarrhea. One of their top liners, I know the guy, but I've never been able to say his first name. Rupee? I don't know how to say his first name. You guys might recognize him, but then again, you usually don't. One of Dallas's top centers, Hintz. He will miss, it says here, the start of the playoffs. He's got something wrong with his lower body. They've also got a defenseman, Heiskanen, whatever that you know him.
Yep.
If you saw him, I can never. They say he's iffy. Those are two top liners. I mean, power play guys, the whole works. More than anything, for this series, it's a coin toss. Let's be totally honest. This is a friggin' coin toss.
Yep.
Both clubs have been great in the regular season. Both clubs have cup-winning potential. It's a straight-up coin toss. It'll be fun to see which way it goes. You know how it is in the playoff. Will a goaltender get hot? Will one club's power play be the key? Will an injury or two have an effect? Will it be so close that we're sucking on multiple marathon overtime games?
Mm-hmm.
Everything is possible when two clubs are this damn good and match up as well as they do. Flip a friggin' coin.
Would you say you can throw the record books out the window?
Do it.
Just toss them.
By
You
the
gotta
way,
take it one game at a time.
I'm sorry?
And you got to take it one game at a time, like Randy said.
They will. We will. We all will. We got a chuckle out of this yesterday when Brad Ryder mentioned that the Timberwolves series, and we'll get to that in a minute. Timberwolves and Wild both begin their opening round series tomorrow. April 18th is the date tomorrow. We got a chuckle out of the fact that the Timberwolves series with Denver, the potential Game 7 is on May 2nd. The Pigs' potential possible Game 7 is also scheduled for May 2nd. This has gotten so out of control now.
Yeah. Takes 2 weeks to play a 7-game series.
Absolutely out of control.
Which is why NBA, NHL goes all the way into the summer.
Yes, it does, Randy Shaver. Yes, it does. By the way, if you care, Conrad McDavid notched 4 assists last night in their absolutely, completely meaningless game with Vancouver. So he ended the season with 138 points, and that gives him the old Art Ross trophy as the scoring leader for this season. He finished 8 points ahead of Nikita Kucherov of the Tampa Bay Ning. Is this correct? Conrad McDavid has now won 6 Art Ross trophies for leading the league in points. That ties Mario Lemieux and Gordie Howe for second place. All of them trailing, of course, Wayne Gretzky, who won the Art Ross. I think he won it 10 times, if not more than that. I can't recall if it was 10 times. Speaking of Wayne Gretzky, if you got a few bucks laying around, well, forget about Gretzky for a minute. It says here, Herb Brooks, his championship ring from Team USA's gold medal Olympic run in 1980, his championship ring, I didn't even know he had a ring, is up for auction. Coincidentally, in Dallas, as part of something called Heritage Auctions. We read this a few months ago, didn't we, that the Brooks family was gathering up a lot of his memorabilia and selling it. I don't remember it being concerning factors that they made that decision. I thought it was just they thought that maybe Herb would like it that way. Does anyone remember any different?
I don't.
There weren't any details, like you said.
Okay. I don't remember that this was a desperate thing.
I don't think so.
I highly doubt that. But it's up for auction. Herb Brooks' ring that he won at the Lake Placid Olympics, along with, what else do they have from his hockey career up for bid? By the way, the ring is valued at $250,000. There's a pair of Herbie's ice skates in the mix. And a ticket to the 1980 Miracle on Ice game against the Soviet Union. But there's also some Gretzky stuff in this auction. Rookie cards, a game-used stick, a ticket stub from his very first NHL game in 1979. There's some World Series rings in there that belong to different players. I forgot to I did mention the game-used Wayne Gretzky stick. Back to that. Here's something for you hardcores. 651-989-9393, because I know none of you will be able to answer the question, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, but you do struggle a little bit when it comes to hockey. For just the hardcores, text me if you know the answer. What hockey stick brand did Gretzky basically put on the map when he signed a deal with them in his rookie season? Go ahead, 651-989-9393 if you know the answer to that one.
Was it Nike?
No.
No, that was Michael Jordan, my bad.
Oh, I thought you were being serious.
No, I know Nike doesn't make hockey sticks.
No, I think they eventually did.
Oh, did they?
They might have. Everyone,
Sure.
a lot of companies that you didn't anticipate to create hockey sticks ended up doing it. I think Reebok came up with a hockey stick at one point or another. But here we go. Oh, they got it. We got hardcore. Kitten hockey sticks. Gretzky signed a deal with them in his rookie year, and you couldn't go to a rink anywheres without kids suddenly picking up a Kitten hockey stick. Good for a lot of people in the crowd got that right.
You were right about Gretzky 10 times.
10 times.
The Art Ross winner. Yep.
Yeah, when I was a youth hockey player, as soon as Wayne Gretzky became a thing, if you didn't have a Kitten hockey stick, you were a douche. Everybody wanted number 9. Of course, your youth hockey program wasn't going to print up a 99 jersey, but 9 was close enough. Everyone started tucking their sweaters into the back of their breezers. Part of that was Dino Ciccarelli, too. But it was more of a Gretzky influence that you had. If you were a skill player, you had to tuck your jersey into the. All right. The 2 8 seeds in the NBA playoffs will be decided tonight. Orlando plays Charlotte. The winner gets the number 1 seed, Detroit Pistons. Golden State and Phoenix are playing for the chance at the chance to play the number 1 seed in the West, who, of course, is the absolutely sickening Oklahoma City Thunder. And then by tomorrow, the real playoff begins, including Game 1 between the overly relaxed, even bored Minnesota Timberwolves.
Without a care in the world.
And they play the Denver Nuggets. Game 1 is 2:30 tomorrow. The other matchups in round 1 are like this. In the Eastern Conference, Boston, Philly, New York, Atlanta, Toronto, Cleveland. The rest of the West will be San Antonio, Portland, Houston with the Los Angeles Lakers. It's time to flip that switch, as the great ones say.
Right.
All 12 of the ESPN experts who put down their prediction for the Timberwolves-Nuggets series have the Nuggets beating the Timberwolves in anywhere from 5 to 7 games. All of them.
Doesn't surprise me, really.
No, I'm sure it doesn't surprise anybody because last year, 11 of those 12 same experts picked the Timberwolves to lose to the Lakers in the opening round. So, yeah, that's not...
Well, like we said yesterday, the Wolves have to prove that they are engaged and want to flip that switch, you know?
Oh, I think they will.
I can't imagine that they wouldn't be fired up to play. And I know that Denver is going to likely be without Peyton Watson, which doesn't help their bench strength at all.
Randy's son.
But, that's Randy's Watson's son. You're right.
Grandson, actually.
But it's a great series. It's probably the best matchup of all the matchups right now.
Oh, yeah?
I think so. I think it's the best matchup. Look at, Philadelphia is not the same as it used to be. Portland, San Antonio does absolutely nothing for me. I'm tired of the Lakers and Houston. I just think the Wolves and Denver is the most intriguing matchup of the matchups.
Hey, they've proven that when those clubs get together, they put on some very close, dramatic, exciting ball games. They have. There's a track record there. Wolves and Nuggets is usually pretty good stuff.
Yep.
Game 1 is on Prime Video, so those of you out there who do not have that, be prepared to watch it somewhere else. Go somewhere that has it.
And the other thing about this is Vegas says this is going to be easily the most highest scoring series of all of them. The over-under is 231 for this game tomorrow, which means that likely you're not going to see as much defense as you'd like to see.
Points on the board. A lot of points on the board.
Yep.
I look forward to seeing Ayo Dosunmu.
Yes.
Show what a difference maker he is in the playoffs. We all know what he is capable of in the regular season.
Certainly he and Bones are going to be two guys that will be very important to the Wolves tomorrow.
Listener texted in, if you don't mind going back to the Man-Bear Pigs real quick. A listener texted in and said, I look forward to a great series victory over the Dallas Stars, and it'll be even more satisfying because, hey, nobody believed in us, right? Finally, Cubby, I caught a break in life. It's about time. It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. The Los Angeles Lakers got bad news on Baby Nuts and the giant eighth grader known as Austin Reeves. It's very likely that there will be no sign of either of them in their first-round playoff series against Houston. Well, there you go, Houston Rockets, you bastards. Go out there and do your job. End the Lakers' misery right away. I need them gone or I won't be able to relax. I need them gone or my mental health will not be stable.
That's just a terrible blow for them. Wow.
It's a wonderful blow. Yes. It's wonderful.
Those two guys.
That's why it would have been nice to have matched up with them as opposed to Denver. But, I mean, Houston's going to win that series in 5 games.
Now, anything is possible, especially, as we've covered, anything is possible when a playoff series lasts 2 stinking weeks.
Yeah.
But things certainly look good for those of us with good taste. It looks like the Lakers are in real trouble.
Yep.
Here's a listener who wants to know, Randy, being the degenerate gambler that you are, have you made any bets on either of these playoff setups, the National Basketball Association or the National Hockey League? Have you made any bets?
I have not, no.
Are you normally a playoff bettor?
Well, if I'm in Vegas, I would say yes. Or if I'm near Diamond Joe's in Mason City, I'd say yes. But
or you don't have an online type of a setup?
I don't do that.
Is that illegal or something?
No.
It's legal.
I don't think so.
I mean, we advertise for
the daily fantasy stuff is legal.
I do
Yeah,
that.
I was about to quantify.
Yeah.
The daily fantasy stuff is legal. That you can't get on to like a regular gaming site and make those bets here.
Okay.
Very confusing.
Yeah.
I've never followed the routine. I've never been a big sports gambler. I know one guy who's always calling his offshore buddy. There's the word offshore comes into play.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Paulie
Those aren't quite illegal. Yeah, those aren't quite legal.
I'm sorry, what's his name, Randy?
Paulie Offshore?
Paulie
I think
Offshore.
it's your shore. Close.
His mother, of course, used to be a television personality. Her name is?
Dinah
Offshore.
Sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
I hate all of you for including that joke into our conversation.
That shows how old we are.
Yes. If I were a betting man, though,
yes,
I would take the Denver Nuggets minus the 6 tomorrow in Game 1. I don't think I'd take the over though. I think I'd take Denver, and I'd go under on that number.
All right.
6.5 is a lot.
It's a lot.
I think Denver's going to win the game, but I think the Wolves might cover the 6.5.
Yeah, wasn't it a few years ago though? There were a couple of blowouts in those series though. Didn't the Wolves and Denver each win by 25 or?
I wish I could remember. Oh, God.
Seems to me we've had a few blowouts in playoff games, too, though.
I wish I could remember. And you know what? Speaking of remembering, I forgot to dump the other NHL playoff matchups that are cooking in the first round. Not that you'll understand the significance of any of this, but Ottawa, Carolina.
Oh, that's intriguing. Jesus, God. Ottawa, Carolina.
Philadelphia, Pittsburgh.
Ooh, that's good.
Well, we got you. Los Angeles and Colorado. Montreal, Tampa Bay. Jesus.
Oh, God.
That's a poke.
Yeah.
That's a friggin' poke right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some of these teams really get boned. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh.
That's a great matchup.
You could take a skateboard in between those two towns if you wanted to. Boston and Buffalo. That's another series.
That's awesome.
But here we are. I'm a member of the Montreal Canadiens. And Jesus, balls, we got to go all the way to Tampa? What's the worst possible scenario? Didn't we have the worst?
Yeah, we had Vancouver and Tampa Bay in the Stanley Cup recently, didn't we?
Sounds right. Yeah. Or Edmonton and Florida.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah. Who else is playing? Anaheim, Edmonton, Utah, Vegas.
Another easy one.
That's very easy.
There's the one that that will not come on my television. I will not even pretend to care about Utah versus Las Vegas.
Two of the richest hockey markets in the history of the sport. Yeah.
I think I covered everybody. I mean, aside from obviously the Pigs and the I might have missed somebody. Again, we got 2 weeks for the opening round in both the NBA and NHL. We'll get very familiar with this.
Yeah, we'll get it down.
How about this gal at the 76ers home game the other night who got hit right in the skull with a basketball? Everyone's laughing at her on social media.
It's on 93x.com if you haven't seen it yet.
Let me tell you something, boys. You know you're a douche when you've got courtside seats and you're finger banging your cell phone during live play. And that's what happened with this lady. Took a basketball right to the noggin. And she reacted like it was a bowling ball. But yeah, there she was, courtside seats, playing with her cellular telephone. A ball went out of bounds, hit her right in the brain. A lot of laughs. You ever been at a ball game, football, hockey, baseball, basketball, taking one upside the head?
No.
No, thank God.
Brad, you know this. I mean, being at some of those softball tournaments, if there's a bunch of teams playing, you got to keep your head on a swivel constantly if you're just walking around.
Oh, because they're always playing catch between ball fields.
Yeah, you got like 8 fields that are all going at once.
Right.
Balls are flying all over the place, and
Joe Ryan starts tonight in Game 1 of a 3-game series for the Twins against the Cincinnati Reds.
Yes.
I'm excited. 2 first-place teams.
Yep. If the season were to end today,
Randy,
the Twins would be in the playoffs in the American League.
And the Reds would, too.
Talk about beating the piss out of a dead horse. My goodness.
I still like it.
Here's the thing about tonight that's exciting. If you're a baseball guy.
Yeah?
There's a rookie for Cincinnati, this Sal Stewart, who's 22 years old, and he's off to an amazing start. 7 home runs. He's hitting .303, 17 RBIs. Again, we talked about McGonigal. We've talked about Connor Griffin. Here's another guy to keep an eye on, kind of a fun guy to watch tonight. And the Twins have their Keyshaws and guys like that, but Cincinnati, we don't see Cincinnati very often, right? So it's kind of fun to see somebody like this guy. So Sal Stewart is his name.
Mr. Degenerate Fantasy Guy, you'll enjoy this. I drafted him in my home run.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. He's off to a great start.
Sal Stewart, it sounds like somebody you deal with on a street corner in the 50s.
That sounds like the old Oakland A's kind of guys.
Yeah.
Sal Stewart.
Yeah.
You know, Gene Tennis and Rudy, what was it, Joe Rudy.
Carney Lansford.
Carney Lansford.
Sal Stewart, yeah, he played for the Athletics back in the 60s and early 70s. He was teammates with Reggie Jackson. He got a big mustache.
Right. Yeah.
Ginger Machine Jesus texted in to say, Josh, he took a T-shirt cannon T-shirt to the chest at a Wolves game. Thumped him right between the boobs.
Stop your heart.
What does this say? Texts are coming in. Okay, how about your little Friday? I guess I do it as often as I can. A little trivia showdown here for Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder. I like to do it as often as I can. Test your brains a little bit. We were just talking yesterday about how when people get a little elderly, it's good to keep their brains active. So we were talking about pitchers, Joe Ryan.
Yeah.
How about the pitchers who were taken yard the most times in Major League Baseball history?
Burt Blyleven. That's what comes to mind right away.
He always brought it up. You know,
Yes.
you could never forget that Burt Blyleven gave up a lot of home runs because he was very self-deprecating and brought it up constantly. But, okay, that's one of them. These donkeys, and the good news is we're not going back to the 1800s here for the most part. We aren't.
I know the other guy, too.
Well, just hang on. These donkeys allowed at least 400 home runs in regular season games during their time in the bigs. Now, another little hint for you is, I mean, if you're giving up this many home runs, you were pitching for a long time in the bigs.
Yes, of course.
Some of these guys are absolute all-timers, too. But there's only one 2 out of, I think, 13 guys. There's only 2 who were from way back in the 40s and 50s. Other than that, they're relatively modern players. So you got Bert Blyleven, 430 bombs he gave up.
Dang.
Yeah.
You had another in mind, Randy?
Well, I knew because I had looked up when Blyleven gave up so many home runs. Frank Tanana, I believe, is the American League. He's given up the most home runs.
448 yard sales for Frank Tanana. Nana.
Yeah. Yeah. I can remember doing a story on Bert and the home runs, and that Frank Tanana was the other guy.
All right. I remember him from his time with the I'll get
Angels.
there.
He was with the Angels, too.
I remember him from the Detroit Tigers.
Sure.
But sure. Okay. Go ahead.
If it was first inning only, Brad Radke would be on the list.
That's true.
Yeah.
That was his gimmick, and it was a beautiful gimmick.
It was wonderful.
He would give up a yard sale.
That is so true.
Twins would be down 4-0 by the end of the top of the first inning, or bottom, depending on where they were. But he would gather himself, throw 135 pitches, and win the game.
Exactly.
Right.
He was
became a thing online. It kind of became a thing online where people would try to predict the time if it was a 7:05 game. Like
he
if
was
he would give up a bomb by like 7:13 or
Yes.
people would guess 7:16.
He also was the king of having a quality start, even though he got bombed in the first inning.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, a quality start is 6 innings and 3 earned runs or less. He'd hit the 3 earned runs in the first inning and then get the quality start. He was a bulldog, though. You gotta give him credit. He was a tough ass pitcher.
By the end of his 2006, his arm was basically falling off. And they're pitching in the playoffs.
Yeah.
One of my favorite all-time Twins would be Brad Radke.
Yep, I loved watching him pitch.
And every time he shows up at a Twins event, the sumbitch looks like he could still go out there and throw 8.
For sure. For sure.
So you want to guess at any more of these pitchers?
Well, probably a guy like Phil Niekro, who was around forever. Probably got knocked around pretty good.
He's towards the top of the list. Phil Niekro watched 482 long balls go over the fence.
Who was the guy? There was a lefty that pitched forever. I can't think of his name.
You've got it. He's the number one guy on the list. I know exactly who you're thinking of.
He pitched
Mariners for a long time, didn't he?
Well, he pitched for everybody.
Jamie Moyer.
Jamie Moyer pitched forever.
Jamie Moyer was taking Yizard more than any other pitcher in Major League Baseball history. 522 Johnsons.
Oh, my God.
Across a 25-year career.
Oh, my God.
Let me give you the rest of these puke bags.
Sure.
And these are all guys who gave up 400 or more. David Wells, 404 home runs allowed.
Okay.
The big eunuch.
Oh.
Randy Johnson was taking yard 411 times through his 22-year career. Like I said, if you stick around long enough,
it's gonna happen.
You're going to pile up.
He was pretty effective, though.
Well, of course he was. You're going to pile up some negative statistics when Steve Carlton, 414 dongs.
Years.
Tim Wakefield, 418 rods.
Yep.
Bert Blyleven at 430. Here's one of the old-timers, Warren Spahn, 434 dingers.
Sure.
Bartolo Colon.
Big sexy.
Gave up 439 big sexy pokes across his 21-year career. There's Frank Tanana at 448. Don Sutton, 472 yickety yaks. Phil Niekro, 482. The only others you didn't get, one of them is from the beginning of time, Robin Roberts.
Okay.
Pitched in the 40s, I believe, 505 Yahtzees.
Wow.
The other would be one of your all-time favorite players, Randy Shaver, from your all-time favorite team.
Oh, Fergie Jenkins.
Fergie Jenkins.
Oh, my God.
How many did he give up? 484 taters.
Wow. I don't remember him being that bad. Holy cow.
Well, there's a common theme with most of these guys. It's that obviously they had long careers. They were really good pitchers, and they pitched in a day where managers let you go 7, 8, 9 innings routinely.
Yeah.
Well, and some of them are in the Hall of Fame, right? I mean, Bly Levin, Carlton, Fergie Jenkins.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty amazing, actually.
You know, earlier we were talking about being at a live ball game and taking a football or a baseball or a basketball or a hockey puck to the mush. Or anywheres, I suppose. It could hit you in the chest, in the ass. One of our listeners texted in to say his wife took a puck to the jaw at a youth hockey game. It broke her jaw. Her jaw was wired shut for 2 months, and it was the best 2 months of their marriage.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that just reminded me of one from high school. A player on the team for ECU was trying to clear the puck, and it went up and over into the stands. Hit his girlfriend right in the mouth.
Oh.
She had bloody. I remember she was wearing a white sweatshirt, and so she just had blood pouring all over. It was just awful. Like, of all the people in the stands, he smokes his girlfriend with the puck.
Wow.
Did he mean to?
I was wondering, was this on purpose?
He wasn't that good of a player.
Yeah, he wasn't that good.
Didn't have that type of pinpoint accuracy.
Because I went to a game as a young kid, and one of my bros was playing, and he was very good. And I was sitting at the game next to his brand new ex-girlfriend. They had broken up that day or something, and this is junior high, so of course you're not emotionally prepared for that type of a thing, and you take it all way too hard. Dude, my buddy who was on the ice, this was during warm-ups, fired a puck at her. Because she's the one who gassed the relationship, and he's 15 and he can't take it. I remember sitting next to her, and I was wondering, maybe I shouldn't be sitting here, because I could see the fire in his eyes as he was warming up.
Yeah.
He fired a puck at her and missed her by only a little bit.
It's funny.
Matter of fact, at my school, remember back in the day when you'd go to a hockey game and all they had were those short little panels of glass around the hockey rink so you could hang over the glass and give the ref the finger and whatnot. Pro level, college, high school, everything. Tiny little short panes of glass. That's how it was when I first got into high school. And then a cheerleader took an 80-mile-per-hour puck to the schnoz, and they changed the rules. They put the glass, Jesus criminy, all the way to the ceiling damn near of the arena. They changed the rules everywhere because this cheerleader took a puck to her schnoz walla box. I loved those days. Even at Met Center, you could hang over the glass and give Dennis Savard the finger right in his face. You could.
Sounds so dangerous.
Now they lifted it way the hell, the netting, the whole thing.
In college, I talked a friend of mine, a girl, to play on our what was it when you played on ice with a ball?
Oh,
what's that called?
Broom ball.
Broom ball.
Oh,
I talked her into playing on our co-ed broom ball team. And
the most dangerous.
Oh God, she took one to the face from a stick, and. I mean, I felt so terrible, and we had to carry her off the ice, and it was like
chiclets.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So did you end up getting the date? Because I'm assuming that's
that was not the reason for the ask. The reason was we were short players, but. Yeah, that was the last time she played broom ball.
I never played broom ball, but I went out, to.
It was fun. Oh, loved it.
I would go to bars, they'd have the little broom ball rink in the back, and you'd get yourself a Steve Weiser. And it was, I can't believe more people didn't just go smooth to the emergency room. Because you got people out there who don't play hockey.
Right.
And they're just absolutely out of control with that friggin' broom ball stick.
And no helmets on.
I watched one of my ex-girlfriends take this incredible wild swing at the ball and miss a guy's eyebrow by about a quarter of a... Settle down out there.
Right. No helmets, no padding.
A lot of booze.
It was a lot of booze. Yeah, it was dangerous.
I got to be honest with you. One of my greatest pet peeves over my lifetime is when you say to somebody, hey, did you play hockey? And they go, oh, yeah. And you go, oh, yeah, where'd you play? Well, I played boot hockey.
That does not count.
I would come close to going neutral. Well, then you didn't play hockey.
Right.
That's so weird. That's like somebody asking me if I played tennis, and I say, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, a couple times at the park when I was younger.
Just hit the ball off the garage when
I
you're
thought you were
bored.
going to say table tennis. Do you play tennis? No. Absolutely.
Right.
It's so strange.
Well, I mean, ping pong, table tennis. Cubby was telling us a few days ago that this summer he plans on taking his wife and my kids to San Diego, California, and maybe even taking a ball game at Petco Park. Right, Cubby?
Yep, the end of this month.
You might want to rethink that plan. Apparently, Padres fans were beating the ever-loving hell out of each other on the street out front of their ballpark the other night.
We're going to go on a worse giveaway night. I think that's
They were lined up down the street and willing to fight to the death to get their hands on that night's giveaway, what they call here a Padres puffer vest.
Those are popular right now, right? The puffer vests?
Yeah, I hate them.
Oh, do you? I don't think I could pick one out of a crowd, but I keep hearing about them.
I don't like any kind of vest, though.
Well, what's the difference between a vest, I wear one still in the winter, and a puffer vest?
Picture what Marty McFly wore in Back to the Future.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
That's what that is.
I don't like when you wear that vest, Nick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ashley?
I don't like when you wear that vest.
You don't?
And I feel like I can finally say something.
I'm glad you got this out.
Yeah. I think you're too good for vests.
You sound like you've been hanging on to that one a while, Ashley.
Wow.
I'm a very well-known vest hater.
Yeah.
You are too good for it.
Is it just the look you don't like, or?
Yeah, that, and I think it's dumb because, like, if you're cold, why would your arms not be cold as well? I don't get it.
Well, see, Ashley, you wear a vest when you're cold, but not that cold.
Yeah.
That's the idea behind a vest. Oh, I'll live regardless, but I am interested in your take on vests. So the Padres announced way ahead of time that 40,000 of these dopey vests will be handed out as a giveaway for a ball game recently. They gave Padres fans, I guess, too much of a heads up on this. And so when the day came, they descended upon downtown San Diego like the city was giving away free beer. And it turned into chaos at multiple gates. Fans pushed and shoved for the right sizes. Mediums were gone immediately. Larges were gone immediately. Some fans, these are grown people, refused to move until another box arrived with their proper size. And they clogged the entrances to the ballpark.
That's like
the
getting a free
why are
winter
puffer vests
coat.
so popular in San Diego, where the average high temperature every day of the year is 76 degrees?
Well, they wear jackets when it's like 60 degrees.
Yeah, they do.
Well, at night, yeah.
Cops are investigating. The body count is rising with every update from this. Yeah, I remember the one that Marty McFly wore in Back to the Future, and they were like, "Hey, son, what time do you and the rest of the Navy ship off?"
Yeah, he said something like,
"Shove off."
What are you doing, kids? You just jump ship?
Right.
It does kind of look like that.
Right, Marty
What do you think about sleeveless shirts, Ashley? Because a lot of people are texting in saying Nick pretty much wears vests all the time with his sleeveless T-shirts and whatnot. Oh, he's got one on right now.
It's a different vibe.
My upper body is so friggin' hot.
You look really tan. Why are you so tan?
Blood pressure problems.
What in the world?
Do I really look tan?
Yeah.
I've never looked tan in my entire life. It's the lighting in here. I'm as white as a sheet.
Yeah, you look super tan, dude.
Josh, when you go to the Padres game, if you want to go in style, you can get one of these vests on eBay for $100.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'll pass.
Did everyone see
might get
this?
your ass kicked if you show up wearing one from somebody who didn't get one.
Yeah, good point. I'll get knifed.
Did everyone see the video of this Pittsburgh Pirates couple?
Yeah, I think it's being described incorrectly, personally.
Oh, God, the gas. Okay, well, here's what I have. You think it was described incorrectly. It says here a Pirates fan was caught groping his female companion during a live broadcast. He's drumming on her boobs like it's his job.
Yeah, this was an assault, not a grope.
Assault is what you'd call it?
It was, almost angry.
He's slapping them around. He's roughly handling his girlfriend's rack at the ball game, and the cameras caught it because they were sitting somewhere there behind home plate, and, the close-up on the batter, and you can see in the background. He's juggling them around.
I told Josh off air that if my husband did this to me in public, I would slap him.
I could see being upset.
What are you doing? That's
it's
like
not
so
cute. It was like hurting her almost.
It's violating. Don't do that. Like a little tap on the butt or something. That's adorable and cute, but you don't need to get to like third base in public.
Well, maybe they're like
rough.
it. They're a rough couple. This is what they do. They drum on each other's genitalia. They've got a thing, a thing happening that we're not aware of. Maybe she likes it when he drums on her jugs. We don't know.
In public,
right? Maybe that's part of the fun.
Jeez.
Is that on our website?
Yes, it is.
Yes. I mean, they appear to be very young. They're just probably, I don't know, what do they call that stuff again? Fentanyl? I don't know. Maybe they were smoking some. And finally, before we go, did you some bitches know that Goldie Gopher rakes in roughly around $119,000 a year?
He should get more.
He's underpaid.
One of my favorite entertainers in town.
By far.
Or anywhere for that matter. I've had a crush on Goldie Gopher since I was a young kid. A website cut loose with some kind of a ranking of how much these different college mascots make. Of course, the college kid inside the outfit, I don't think they get to keep much of this money. It goes to the athletic department, according to the article that I'm reading. But Goldie Gopher is the second richest mascot that at least this article could come up with. The only mascot that makes more in a year on average is that friggin' dildo Brutus the Corn Nut or whatever his name is from Ohio State.
Oh, sure.
The Buckeye.
Goldie Gopher. $119,000 a year. Good for him. He deserves every penny. Someone said he's underpaid. I'm a huge fan of his routine.
Brutus? Buckeye looks so weird.
He's
like
dumb.
Terrifying.
Mm-hmm. He's terrible.
What?
Don't bother yourself with it, Ashley. Focus on Goldie.
All right.
Because he's hilarious and adorable.
My husband made him depressed once.
Oh, no.
Yeah. He was at my niece's graduation party. It was so cool to have him there because she was going to the U of M for college. And my husband started giving him crap about the football team, like saying like, why aren't they winning more and all this stuff. And
Get the power play going.
And so Goldie went to a corner of the room and like turned his head around to face the wall and then sat in the corner and pretended to cry.
Yeah.
But the best part of it is when he was sliding down, he didn't realize that the light switch was there. So he also shut the lights off at the same time. So it was extra depressing.
Cut the lights when
That's
Goldie's
funny.
not feeling good.
Most of the professional team mascots make more than that.
Oh, of course they do. Of course they do. Yeah,
Crunch makes more than that. I know for a fact.
Crunch and the top money maker in the pros is always Benny the Bull, and he's terrific. But anyway, these are college mascots. I don't know if I made that clear, but these are college mascots. Yeah, he'll show up. Goldie, if you pay, I don't know what they said here, $400 an hour, he'll go here, he'll go there. He made 264 appearances last year, according to this story.
Wow.
Don't they have like multiple Goldies too?
Yeah.
So you could be all over the place.
Yeah. One of my birthday parties many years ago, we were having a great time, drinking, carrying on, swapping partners, all the fun involved in a... and my girlfriend at the time walks up to me and says, I was very close to hiring Goldie Gopher for your party, but he was too expensive. And I said, I'll never forgive you for that. Because that would have been great to have him walk on into that keg party. Good for you. Love Goldie. Love that Halloween show he puts on every year. Don't you, Josh?
Yeah.
Oh, that is fun.
Yep.
Turns himself into a transformer.
Yes.
Wasn't he? I thought he was a vampire one
Oh,
year.
he rolls through
that one when he's Count Dracula.
He goes in the back, he comes out, he's Gene Simmons. He goes in the back, he comes out, he's, I don't know, Matthew McConaughey. He goes in the back, he's a transformer. He's this, that.
One of my buddies has season tickets to the Gopher football, and his girlfriend only comes for the Halloween game.
Yeah.
And that is the only reason she goes is so she can watch Goldie. I love it.
It's very entertaining.
I went to the Halloween game every year for about 10 years. Never missed it. And, I would bring company with me, and that was the only Golden Gopher game they were interested in throughout the entire schedule. Puts on that great of a show. All right, there you go, Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder. You guys have a terrific weekend.
All right.
Appreciate every damn thing, and we'll talk to you on Monday morning.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
What's going on, podcast pimps? Dana here to once again sing the praises of Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. I got on the ball early. I already got my AC tuned up for summer, and I think you should too. An AC tune-up means better efficiency, fewer breakdowns, and peace of mind before we get choke slammed with heat. And right now, it's their early bird special. $45 off an AC tune-up or $90 and you add your furnace in as well. Smart folks like me don't wait for the first 80-degree day. We plan ahead. Book by May 25th and check it off your list at standardheating.com. Providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today. 763-571-2410 or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
The countdown is on for the 2026 NFL Draft presented by Bud Light. Catch all 7 rounds, 3 days, live from Pittsburgh, April 23rd through 25th. Watch every pick live on NFL Network, ESPN, and ABC. NFL Network is also streaming with NFL Plus. It all starts Thursday, April 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern. Visit NFL.com/draft for more information. Subscription required for NFL Plus. Visit plus.nfl.com for terms.
FS Morning Show
93X.
Here we go, and there you go. It's Friday. It's 93X Rock. Welcome back to the show. I know we're all just trying to have an easy Friday F-off day so we can move on with our miserable lives. But I can't help it. I want to ask everyone, and all of y'all, this difficult question. Everyone and all of y'all, that includes our listeners, of course. I'm hoping that maybe for some of you it's not that difficult a question. For me, it has been so far when trying to think of it. The question is, if someone gave you a box, what's step 1, Josh?
Well, you got to cut a hole in it.
What's step 2?
You got to put your D in it.
Step 3?
You open it, right?
Right. If someone gave you a box filled with everything you've ever lost, what's the first thing you'd look for? I can't come up with Dickola.
Respect. Lost a lot of it over the years. I mean, I don't know if I ever had it in the first place, but...
You still have a great amount of respect, not only amongst your peers, but society in general. I have no idea what I'm talking about. You're still a very well-respected... So, of course, there's the easy joke answers. I'm trying to avoid the easy joke answers when you talk about things you've lost that you'd look for. Your virginity, your innocence, your freedom as a single person. I really want to legit...
Stolen probably doesn't count.
No, because you know where it is.
Why wouldn't stolen count?
Because you didn't lose it yourself? I guess I don't know if that's a loophole there or not.
Well, what were you going to mention?
Well, we had our house broken into when we were kids. Our cars broken into, garage broken into, and then I would say, but the ones that meant the most to me would be I had a guitar and a bass stolen from my house.
Oh, that sucks.
I hate that when they steal your guitar.
It pisses me off every time you talk about this.
It was one that meant a lot to me because my uncle bought it for me and he passed, and he was, one of the biggest supporters of when I thought I was going to be a rock guitar player. So that hurt. So I had those stolen. Other than that, there's really nothing I can think of that I've actually lost.
I'm struggling with this too. Listeners are texting in.
I have a lot of clothes that have gone missing that I absolutely loved.
Are they the ones you used to throw out of your car window?
No, they weren't.
Those were underwears.
I even very specific sweatshirts and t-shirts and shorts, and a picture will come up in my iPhone memories, and I'm like, where are those pants? I love those pants.
Tell us about the underwears that you threw out the car window, in case there are new listeners who don't know that part of your past.
So probably in my early 20s, maybe even just late teens, I would change my underwear frequently because I would go to work all day, work like a double, being a server, and then I would go straight to my boyfriend's house.
Word.
And so I like to keep things more fresh down there. So I would change my underwear in my car, and then I didn't know what to do with the old ones, and I was afraid that he would ride in my car at some point that night and find the dirty underwear, so I would just toss them out the window.
You didn't throw them out the window every time, but sometimes you threw them out the window.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Okay, again, the question is, if someone gave you a box filled with everything you've ever lost, what's the first thing you'd look for? People are texting in my mind.
Does this count like money at a casino?
Sure.
In a roundabout way, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of tough to think of.
It is exactly. That's the problem, like I brought up right away. I can't think of anything. Sure, you mentioned clothes. I can think of a couple of old concert shirts, but that's kind of...
Some jewelry, I guess. I've lost some earrings. I always lose earrings.
Oh, yeah, I bet that's a big one. I bet a lot of people do. Along those lines, I guess not quite an earring, but it goes in your ear. My son lost an AirPod in my wife's car, and if you lose something in there, it's gone.
The black hole.
Good luck trying to find something in there.
I'm looking for something a little more unique than clothing and, easy jokes about virginity and things like that. Oh, okay, here's a couple that are coming in now on the damn text machine. Had a ticket stub to Game 7 of the 87 World Series. Can't find the pig.
Oh, man.
I got one for you, Nick.
Yes?
You've lost more sunglasses than anyone I've ever met. Remember, you for a while there, you just decided, all right, I'm never buying another pair of sunglasses.
I would lose sunglasses so easily. Luckily, I never spent more than $9 on my sunglasses, and recently I've gotten them as gifts, and I've been a little more careful. Yeah, you're right. I used to lose sunglasses like a bitch.
A few phones. My daughter lost a phone in the Apple River. Still paying for that, by the way.
Oh, I bet. I lost my first wedding ring.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, so did Nick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. How soon? I bet I win this contest.
It was about 6 months before we got divorced.
Oh, yeah.
And I was kind of, in my mind, I was kind of mentally getting there that I didn't want to be married anymore, and it took me losing my wedding ring as kind of like a sign, a little symbol that, yeah, you're on to something here, bud.
That's always bizarre to me. Maybe men take them off more than women do, but I literally never take off my ring.
Oh, it wasn't my fault I lost it either. It was I was with her at her volleyball game at Maynard's. They had the beach volleyball in the summer. I believe it was Maynard's. But I didn't want to play, and I told her all the time, I hate volleyball, I'm not playing. And she'd always drag me with, and every single time, be like, oh, we're down one, Dana, we need you. And this was that scenario, so I took off shoes and socks, put my wedding ring in there, and then she grabbed my shoes for me, and at that point, it fell out. And so...
That's her fault then.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, I hope that was in the divorce decree.
I lost mine within a few months in a baseball mitt. Okay, here are some texts coming in. Some people miss their old stuffed animal that they had since birth. Some people lost their Game Boy. Some people lost their favorite drug-smoking device.
Oh, this person lost their great-grandfather's wedding ring. Yeah, I didn't consider losing somebody else's stuff would feel way worse.
Yeah, that's probably a big one. I completely forgot. I lost my dad's wedding ring. I feel so bad for that still.
A lot of people lost that winning lottery ticket.
Yeah, that's funny.
Someone else lost both their parents.
Oh, no.
Well, this is going to seem much less important then, but in the last day of 7th grade, I left school and forgetting that I had my DX t-shirt in my locker still. Went back the next day. They already cleaned out all the lockers. The shirt was gone.
Whoever cleaned out those lockers had a sweet shirt.
Yeah, I bet that janitor stole it.
Yeah, I mean, I love the question, and I understand it's difficult. Most, I guess, important isn't the word. Significant also isn't. There's a word I'm missing here. An item that means a lot to you. Can't think of the word, but most of those items I've forgotten all about, I guess, because I cannot.
Somebody said they lost their social security card and they hope no one's opening up any accounts currently. Why are you bringing your social security card out and about?
Yeah, I think maybe just misplaced it in a file cabinet somewhere. Don't remember where you put it.
Oh, my God.
I lost one, and that's a pain in the ass to get a new one.
How did you lose it? Did you
Again, just didn't know where I put it. It was in a stack of paper somewhere. Probably got thrown out on accident.
That stresses me out.
Okay. I didn't know any better. When I received a Social Security card, when do you get those? When you're 15, 12, 11?
Whenever your parent gives you the one that they have for you?
I have very little understanding of the significance of a Social Security card, but I remember getting it and I put it in my wallet. And I lost it. Didn't think much of it until I was pulled over by the police. Years had gone by. I got pulled over by the police, and they told me that there was a warrant out for my arrest for this and that and the other thing. And I said, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. It's just a guess on my part that maybe that lost Social Security number fell into the wrong hands, and this. I really don't know, but that was always my guess. And the cops, I think I told that to the police officer too. I said, well, I lost my Social Security, and he said, yeah, all right, go ahead.
Retainers. A few people texting about retainers.
Oh, and my mom would take us back to the school after they closed, and then would make she would do it as well. And then me and my brother go through the trash to look for it at lunch, because usually you put it on your lunch tray, throw your tray away.
I remember in school that's pretty much what happened.
Yep.
Remember a lot of tears over those retainers in high school.
Yeah, my parents just stopped buying me one. They're like, no, you had your chance. You're done.
That's exactly what my folks did to my brother.
Yep.
And I know what you're thinking. Hey, your teeth were way worse than your brother's. How come you didn't? Yeah, good question.
He was the favorite, right?
Yes, my brother got set up with retainers and braces and the whole works, and I'd walk up and say, hey, I'll take some of those. No, your brother's going to. Oh.
We spent the money on the important kid already.
My brother lost a couple of those friggin', what do you call them again, retainers?
Used puck bag Jesus, lost the hair that covers the bald spot on his head. Yeah, I lost all mine, too.
It's an interesting question.
Yeah.
And we'll give you some more time. 651-989-9393. What? If someone gave you a box filled with everything you've ever lost, what's the first thing you'd look for? I'm still waiting for like a big pop here, like a real unique answer to the question. But again, we understand it's not easy.
Someone was texting fishing lures. I bet that's a very, very common one.
Oh, yeah, Jesus. I'd donate to the bottom of the lake constantly when I was an active fisherman.
I think some of the times that I've done that, like I could have easily got it out of the situation it was in, but I'm just too lazy. So I'm like, nah, I'll just cut the line.
Well, here's a guy that could probably offer up a lot of answers to the question, what's something you lost and you want back? First thing you'd look for. This guy must have lost a lot of everything, because he says, my garage blew up the first week of January.
Oh, Jesus. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
How did it blow up?
He didn't say how it blowed up. Okay. Again, we'll give you some more time on this, because I know it's a tough one.
Car keys. A lot of people are saying car. I've been very lucky that I haven't done that yet.
House keys, keys to the camper.
I park my car in the garage now, and so I just leave the keys in my car. I'm like, this is just a better situation, or else I lose them every day.
Very convenient for whoever's going to break into your garage.
One of our listeners, he lost Great Gam Gam's inheritance.
Oh, no.
Okay. We got to take a break, but before we do, did you folks make any money on those tax returns? How did that all? That was just a couple days ago. How'd that play out for you?
I got some back from one, had to pay into the other.
Yep, same boat, Josh.
We didn't have to pay. It was a big year for us, though. Got married, had a baby, bought some vehicles, bought some stuff for the house.
That's good or bad?
It's good.
It's good. I don't follow these things. The wife handles all the money in the house. I wouldn't know one thing from the other. So did any of you get enough back to where, you could possibly do something significant with it?
No.
No.
No? All right.
The Half-Ass Morning Show, 93X.
Yeah, an interesting question, a difficult question to answer crossed our path a few minutes ago. We shared it amongst ourselves. We shared it with our wonderful listening audience. The question is, if someone gave you a box filled with everything you've ever lost, what's the first thing you'd look for? More or less, we're talking about something that you lost that still might bother you a little bit. Of course, we got a lot of jokes. Your single lifestyle, your foreskin, your virginity, your spirit, your will to live, your ability to give an F, that loving feeling. That's a list of things that people have lost, Josh.
I like it all.
Closing out with that loving feeling. Now, how about a happy ending to a lost story? Listen to this. Lucky bastard. Lost my wallet at the state fair. Got it back in the mail with everything still in there. Cash, card, Social Security card. Got it back in the mail thanks to a bunch of Iowegians that sent it back to me.
Oh, wow.
I've had that happen before.
Really?
With my wallet and my phone, yeah.
But, we got a lot of funny jokes on what you lost and you'd like back. I was looking for a unique one. And I think I found it. Listener texted in and simply wrote, lost pets.
Oh, that's sad, yeah.
Yeah, I've got one.
Did any of you ever have a pet just up and walk away and never to return?
Yeah, his name was Hardy.
We had one stolen from our backyard. Somebody came up. We had a tie right around the tree, and somebody came into our backyard and unhooked him and brought him to their house. Like, the cops had to get involved in everything. My aunt happened to see it. And they're driving around trying to figure out where it went. My aunt followed them to their home, and the cops had to come get the dog.
What was
insane.
What was Schmoopy's name? Was it Schmoopy?
What was it? Okay, I'm trying to remember. Rowdy.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, well, it came with the name.
Oh. Yeah. Once in my life, we had a pet, a cat, who just kind of said, you know what? Not interested in this anymore. And he walked away, and he never came back.
Yeah, cats be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, our dog, my brother was in the garage smoking weed with his buddies while my mother was at work.
Oh.
So he let the dog out of the back door, and then like a couple hours later realized he wasn't coming back.
And he never came back.
Never came back.
No.
Yeah, and there's coyotes around there and stuff. There was even like rumor that somebody from out of town had a dog that looked just like him, and then they left, and people were thinking like, oh, they stole the dog. And yeah, it's very, very sad. My mom absolutely loved that dog.
I like that answer, though. It's a very unique answer. Lost pets. Yeah, sometimes they just walk the F away. They don't care. All right, before we go, we were talking about, it was just a few days ago we had that big old income tax day. I was asking, how many of yous, made a little money off that gimmick? Some of yous did. Here's apparently what people are spending on with their glorious tax return. Although I'm a little confused by the answer, one of the answers, because there's multiple different things people are spending their tax return money on. The one here that's got me lost, Josh, it says 6% of people will use their tax refund money on Air Bud, like the movie series?
It's probably Airbnb.
Yeah, Airbnb.
Oh, no, earbuds. Sorry.
Oh.
I thought they were going for the old, isn't that a dog who played baseball or something?
I didn't see the football. Or
he played basketball in the first one, and then he played football in Airbud Golden Retriever.
Oh, yeah.
And he also played baseball in 7-inning fetch.
I haven't seen those.
The first one's good.
They're very popular.
They're making a new one.
Earbuds.
What is he? Is he on skates?
He's playing basketball. They're basically rebooting the first one.
No, it's UFC.
Is he a boxer in this one?
It's straight up dog fighting. It stars Michael Vick.
Sure.
Yeah, Air Bud.
Michael Vick as himself.
Yes. Air Bud, it's called, in parentheses, to the death, where this time he okay, people are spending some of their money, a small percentage of people, on earbuds.
I kind of want to get some of those.
Oh, yeah?
Just for, like, being on the phone.
You're not deaf enough from working here?
Yeah, no doubt. Just specifically being on the phone.
I got a nice pair. They come in handy. They're slick.
You don't need to get, like, the expensive ones. I just got some that were, like, $40 off of Amazon, and they work great.
Here are some of the ways people are spending their tax returns. Putting it into a savings account. Boring.
No, not doing that.
What are you saving for? The world's going to end in like a couple of years.
I think a couple months.
Yeah, that's a good point. I might have been generous there.
I thought it already did.
Some folks are paying down debt.
Yeah, my husband's making me do that with some of the tax money.
Oh, hold it off.
I was like all excited. I'm like, oh, wow, like we can go do something cool. And he was like, first thing you're going to do is pay off some of your debts. And I was like, all right, buzzkill.
You get used to the calls from collection agencies. You get used to it.
Yeah, just don't answer.
Yeah.
Necessities, also boring. I'm going to use my money on necessities. Boring. Josh, you ought to get involved in this someday. You ought to try this. Some people are going to use their income tax money for something they call here home improvements.
Oh, sure. I'm going to look into that.
You should try that.
That's a good idea.
And then you got folks who want to splurge. They want to go on a shopping spree. Yay! Shopping spree.
I'm not good at that. I feel guilty if I spend over $100.
You and your family all dressed alike, like the Bradys, singing songs as you go up and down the elevators. It's a shopping spree.
Nick, did you get any back?
Yeah.
Wait, is there anything on this list that fits with what you plan to do with it?
You know I'm not the guy to ask about that. I have no plans. No, I would never. No, I don't have anything in mind. Fancy skin care. Okay.
Jesus.
My wife gets some of that, I think.
Is that right? A new television, video games, a luxurious night out on the town. Some, they must really be doing well. Their tax return is enough to make a major purchase like a car or a new house.
Oh, wow.
A new house?
Maybe a down payment?
Oh, sure, I guess, yeah.
What are you claiming where they're taking that much money out? Holy cow, a new house.
Yeah, I know we got some money back, Cubby, but my wife handled all of that, and...
she never said, well, we're going to use a little bit
No,
for this.
if she did, I missed it. So there you go. If you're wondering, the average tax refund is around $3,500.
Oh, man.
You guys sound impressed by that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I take well below the average on that.
Well, and one we're like, oh, sweet, we're getting money back from the feds. And then our tax guy's like, yeah, you got to pay into the state, though.
That
Bit
sucks.
disappointing. That was kind of a bummer.
What do you say we call it a week? We call it a work week.
I think that's fair. It's 9 a.m. on a Friday.
Dude.
I think that fits within the bounds of our contract.
And it's weirdly hot in my studio right now.
Dude, it's so hot in
We
here.
were there too? Okay.
Yeah, we
So
were talking about
uncomfortable.
that.
I'm close to throwing up.
It doesn't make any sense. Happy birthday to Farty Britches Jesus from your husband and the kiddies, and happy 75th to Grandma Howie from You're Driving Me Nuts, Jesus. Have an awesome weekend, everybody.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
What's going on, podcast pimps? Dana here to once again sing the praises of Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. I got on the ball early. I already got my AC tuned up for summer, and I think you should too. An AC tune-up means better efficiency, fewer breakdowns, and peace of mind before we get choke slammed with heat. And right now, it's their early bird special. $45 off an AC tune-up or $90 and you add your furnace in as well. Smart folks like me don't wait for the first 80-degree day. We plan ahead. Book by May 25th and check it off your list at standardheating.com. Providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.